In 2003, a young computer programmer developed software to compare people's faces in a hot or not style game. This software slowly expanded to other colleges and became a big hit. After a while, what was initially called Face Mash was shut down. But this sophomore in college wasn't done with his programming ideas. A year later, in 2004, a site was launched called The Facebook, an online website used to connect universities and college students. The website blew up and was used by most colleges in the United States and Canada. A year later, after purchasing the domain facebook.com, Zuckerberg decided to drop the. A few months after that decision, Facebook had 6 million users. In 2009, American film director Justin Lin wanted to follow in Zuckerberg's footsteps. But unlike the aforementioned Zuckerberg, Lin had to drop 2 thes. This week, the Moist Boys dive deep into Fast and Furious. You liked it?
I had no idea where it was going.
But it makes sense.
Fucking hit it.
I'm not done yet.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This week, the Moist Boys dive deep into Fast and Furious, the 4th installment in the franchise. Welcome to Moist and Monday.
Hey, what you looking at, nutsack?
I don't know, you tell me.
Oh.
Car crash. Welcome back to the Moist Monday podcast spin-off series where we're diving deep into the Fast and the Furious.
This is the Moist and the Monday.
Yeah, the franchise. Today we're on the 4th installment in the entire series, Fast and Furious.
Moist and Monday.
So before we jump into the movie, I do have a few notes beforehand. We got to talk trailers, but I do have some backstory.
So I think we have the same DVD this time.
Yeah, and there was a fuck ton of trailers. There's like 5 of them.
Yeah.
And a couple like ads. We'll talk about it in a little bit, but I have
6 of them.
I have some backstory. So, Fast and Furious, it's the 4th installment. This is the sequel to 1 and 2.
Yes.
So Tokyo Drift happens later. Original cast is back. And what's crazy is they announced this.
Well, the tagline, shit.
What'd they say? What's the tagline?
Oh, shit. Old parts, new some. Fuck. Now I'm pissed.
What?
It's great.
Does it say it on the box?
Yeah.
Old parts, same family.
Let me see if it's under IMDb. I'm sorry to derail this quickly, everybody. I know you want to get to the Fast and Furious movies. Oh, God. Oh, sweet Jesus. New model, original parts.
New model, original parts. That's so
Worth
the
it.
original cast is back.
And under Synops, it says warning spoilers.
Whoa.
So do with that what you will.
Okay, well, what's crazy is they announced this movie in 2007.
This came out in 9,
This came out in
right?
2009, but they announced a year after Tokyo Drift. So they announced it, but then they didn't come out for 2 more years.
Weird.
Los Bandoleros is
Yes.
Spanish for outlaws. That's the short.
Which we have discussed. We will add that in.
But here's some information I found out. That's directed, written, and co-produced by Vin Diesel.
Oh,
That whole short film, and it literally that short film sets up 4. So that's the backstory on why they're doing the oil thing in the beginning.
Right. So I wonder.
I think it's like 20 minutes.
Yeah, because I wonder
But it's the
oh.
second short film they've done.
Really?
Yeah. So we're gonna do a short film episode.
Okay. Yeah.
Because there was one, the second short film they have done. The first one was in 2003.
Oh.
It's called The Turbocharged Prelude for the Too Fast, Too Furious. So it's a 20-minute prelude to go into the second movie.
That makes sense because we miss a lot of info.
Yeah, so we're going to have to go back and watch those 2. And since we're talking about extra bullshit content, we haven't discussed this on the pod, but we discussed this off air.
Damn it.
I just discovered that there's a Fast and Furious Spy Racers animated series on Netflix, 6 seasons. What's so funny, 6 seasons?
Yep.
It was released in 2019.
What?
Ended 2021.
And there's 6 seasons?
Yeah, they did 6 seasons in 2 years.
What?
52 episodes.
God damn it.
There's 8 episodes per season, and then the last season has 12.
Ugh.
But apparently it follows like Vin Diesel's cousin.
I read that, yeah.
And then Vin Diesel is a voice in it.
Really?
Yeah. And it's like Vin Diesel helped like produce it, so
Fuck,
it's
okay.
probably going to
So
be
it's like a
terrible.
kid's show?
But it's like spy racers, so
like-
they're racing, but then they're also. I think I read like the government like hires these. It's going to be so dumb.
But yep, we'll take a little break after we do the movies.
Yeah, because we're going to need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've done so much research. They're in production of Fast X right now.
10.
That's going to come out in 2023, and they've announced that they're working on Fast X, the sequel. It's unnamed.
And I will be going to Universal Studios in this fall to see whatever their ride or
They have a
show
Fast and
is.
Furious ride, dude.
It's like a ride or a show.
Our
I can't
fucking
remember.
whole podcast is going to become the Fast and the Furious, and
A movie series that we just don't care
I
about.
don't care about it, but I know so much about it, and every day I'm learning more, and I'm like, who am I becoming? I'm going to drive up one day in a convertible.
Which they've never driven in this series so
A
far.
muscle car. Okay, but going back,
Yes.
let's set the scene. You watched yours today. I watched mine yesterday morning. That would be Sunday morning. Here's my notes. Sunday morning, ... I have better hopes for this than Tokyo Drift. Please be better than Tokyo Drift.
Tokyo Drift, not my least favorite,
Tokyo Drift, I mean, we tied it rating-wise with the first one,
which I think is fair.
but I thought it was worse. I thought Tokyo Drift's the worst.
I
so
like
far.
the story more in Tokyo Drift, but I like the main character way less.
It's hard because like some of them I want to go back and be like, do I really like it more, or that's just my memory of it? But I've only seen these all once, and I'm watching them in chronological order, so
Yep.
it's just my feelings.
Take them as they are, yeah.
So I mean, but that's how they would come out. So trailers.
See, we have the same ones.
First trailer. Bring it on. Fight to the final. Fight to the finish. Yeah,
Yeah, fight to the finish, yeah.
I literally put, why is there so much bring it on?
I think that was like the sister movie to Fast and the Furious.
It's such a different demographic.
But I
Like,
think it's
what the
I think that's
fuck?
teen boys, teen girls.
You think teen boys are watching Fast and Furious? It's,
Yeah.
Oh,
Who's
yeah.
it for?
Yeah, Mountain Dew drinking.
Yeah. Good old full throttle teen boys.
I guess there is a lot of, attractive bikini women.
Yeah, but it's more focused on the men. But then also Bring It On is all attractive women.
And that's for the teenage girls.
So should we do that series next?
Dude, I didn't realize there's so many.
There's at least 4.
And then there's all those spin-offs
Is
dance
there?
movies.
Jesus Christ. Well, no, but like we do.
Dude, those would be way, like, at least there's action in Fast and the
No,
Furious.
the first Bring It On, way better than the first Fast and the Furious.
Really.
First Bring It On is great.
It's just a dance competition.
It's a cheer competition. It's great. It's
But there's a lot of drama.
Yeah, no, it's legitimately good. And has a great fucking soundtrack. No, that's the only one I've seen, but I remember it was,
Moisted on Monday.
Oh.
Bring it on again. Moisted on Monday. It's
Moisted on Monday again. Moisted on Metal. Moisted on Monday. Fight to the finish.
Fight to the finish.
So
Okay.
I only have one line written about this one.
The next one?
No, about Bring It On.
Oh, what was your line about?
I wrote a quote. I'm sorry, I don't speak Taco Bell menu.
Dude, yeah, that was one of the quotes in the movie. What does it mean?
That the girl spoke Spanish and she was just super racist.
If anything, that's a compliment because Taco Bell's badass. I love Taco Bell. Okay, next movie. I didn't quite catch the name of it. Was the movie called Fighting?
Yeah, it was just called Fighting.
It's called Fighting with Channing Tatum.
Well, because they said fighting, and I was like, okay, is that like just a theme?
I thought that was like the theme, but no.
Yeah, no, because I had to look the movie up, and it's called Fighting.
Fighting.
It just looks horrible.
My note is fighting question mark Channing Tatum.
A movie I never heard of.
And then the next one.
It's just a trailer for Blu-rays.
Yeah, promoting Blu-ray discs, which is so crazy. Like Blu-ray discs was like gonna be the thing. And like it's
kinda
still
is.
around, but it never like DVDs just stayed.
Yeah.
Like usually when like they release the new thing, like that's what takes over. But this time, like I get like maybe the color's better, but even nowadays,
Also remember, Blu-ray killed HD DVD. That was going to be the next thing.
that would because I remember Xbox 360s had an HD DVD player. So if you find like HD DVDs, I think they're worth a little bit because they're just
Well, and then
Kinda
now
like
there's like
Laserdisc.
4K, and that didn't take off at all.
because you gotta have a TV to
And a 4K player, which the new PS5 and Xbox.
or 4K player.
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because I remember one day I came home so I worked at Pizza Hut and I lived in an apartment with 4 other people who worked at Pizza Hut. One day I came home, and in the living room where this guy lived, he was manager of that Pizza Hut, and he didn't have a bed, he didn't have a couch, he had a chair, a TV, and a console, and all the pizza he could eat.
That was his life. Do you think
Yeah.
he's still living that life?
No, he's very interesting now. I won't get into that right now.
That's for a normal episode of What's Money.
Yes, exactly. No, but I came home, and all of a sudden there was I would guess 55-inch curved 4K TV with the newest Xbox One that was now that.
Holy fuck.
I was like, what the fuck? Why did you do
Curved
that?
TV.
And he's like, well, in Best Buy, if you get their credit card, they give you a great discount on your first buy. I was like, fucking
So he just dropped like $2,000.
probably a little more than that, yeah. And then I was like, fucking okay.
Curved TVs.
And I walk into my roommate's house, or I mean, not my roommate, the other roommate, the guy who had the other bedroom, because one person slept on that couch or on that chair, and then someone slept on a couch that I brought from our apartment, and then I had a bedroom and another guy had a
It's
bedroom.
so weird. They just slept just
Yep.
in the open every night.
Yep. And then so I went into the other roommate's bedroom and I saw a 55-inch curved flat screen TV
There were two of
and
them?
an Xbox One
No, there wasn't.
capable of playing 4K movies.
There was two of them.
And he was like, "Yeah, do you know at Best Buy they,
Oh my!
they fucking went together and each bought this giant curved TV." So we had two. And then I remember once my roommate walked into my room and I was watching just fucking like Netflix on my
Normal TV.
Yeah, I mean it's like fucking 36 inches maybe, and I lived in a bedroom.
Yeah.
And like he came in, he was like looking at, he's like, "Dude, you need to upgrade that." I was like,
You're like, I'm not getting a curved TV. I'm not getting a Best Buy credit card. And you still don't even have a curved TV.
no, I still have that TV for now my living room in my house. I just remember, yeah, that was the only thing I knew about 4K. So for his birthday, I bought him like Tarzan on 4K. He was like, "Dude, fucking come watch this with me." It was a horrible movie in just high definition. But he loved
I think
it.
there's 8K now.
8? Why? Isn't that more than your eyes or something?
Yeah, but dude, you feel like you're in the movie.
I would rather do VR.
Do you think they do Fast and the Furious in IMAX?
Yeah, I think so.
That would be fun. Fast 10 in IMAX. You gotta see. We're just like, oh.
And we still have to take notes on it. We're just like
We're gonna
throwing
be in
up
a
in our
theater.
science. We'll be in our science center. That would be really funny.
It'd be sick when we bring a notebook. We'll see what happens when they announce the date.
We'll do it in the best way possible we can see it.
Yeah, because it's gonna be an experience. It's gonna be fun, but we're gonna have to take notes.
Well, because we'll also have to like do like a vlog about it too. Like us buying our tickets.
Yeah,
Going
and it's just a YouTube exclusive. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube.
at Moist Monday podcast.
Yeah, we're at 12 subscribers right now. Fuck yeah. Hopefully by the time this comes out, we're at 13. We've gone up one. This will be the 4th one. Dude, I hope like these spin-off episodes do better than the main.
That's so funny.
I'd be so pissed off.
Because it's just nothing.
No.
Also, our normal episodes just nothing.
Yeah, it's just nothing. But we have fans.
I just remember, like, yeah, this trailer for Blu-rays. Because that's what this started with.
And then
It was the 3 Fast and the Furious, like, and then like just random movies. I remember one like just really low stakes comedy. Was
yeah,
in
they
the,
were,
it was just
and that
like,
was how they're promoting Blu-ray.
Yeah,
it was
I
all
was
the
just like,
Universal films. That's what at the time. That's what they were
fuck,
doing.
you're right. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what it
because
was.
I remember the Universal logo came in, and then the next one, anti-smoking ad.
I love that commercial though, where it starts off with the camel and then it morphs into the cowboy.
And then it finally ends with the guy with the voice box.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know if this guy had the voice box, but
he didn't, but it was like, yeah,
You can look like this if you smoke
dude,
cigarettes.
there's an old school. It's my favorite anti-smoking ad. We sometimes put clips of it in our YouTube videos because we think it's so
on
funny.
what YouTube channel?
Gaming Off the Grid, where we talk video games and craft beer. But there's this anti-smoking ad that's like really old. It's probably from like 2005, so really old. But you know the quality, it's square quality,
Okay.
and it's like this guy playing guitar, and then this guy singing, and the guy singing has a voice box, and like they're doing it like in a street, and there's a bunch of people just watching,
Yeah.
and it's like, what does he say?
Is he singing like a cover or
No,
like,
it's like a song about tobacco. He's like,
Okay.
"You're gonna lose a tongue."
So he
if
wasn't
you
just like-
smoke tobacco.
he wasn't just like
Somebody once told me the
No,
world was gonna roll me.
He literally sings a song about like losing your tongue if you smoke them. It's just like that actually makes you want a cigarette.
No, that's why they stopped doing anti-smoking ads, because just seeing a cigarette on screen would make smokers want to smoke.
Yeah, I get it. I don't even smoke, and I was like, I kind of want a cigarette.
No, smoking, like, it's horrible for you. Don't do it, but it's badass. Seeing a guy with like a fucking hot girl, like a hot punk girl smoking a cigarette, I'm like,
yeah, if
oh,
I
if I
ever-
kissed you, it tastes gross, but like you look cool.
And also, like, it's a great icebreaker too. If you go out to bum a cigarette, hey, can I bum a cigarette?
Yeah,
And
because
you
you smoked for a little bit.
during depression. And then there was
Should we do an episode where we smoke a cigarette?
we got to do American Spirits.
Oh, I was gonna say like Virginia Slims.
Oh, dude, we got
I
to
think
get.
we do our own cigarettes.
We gotta. I would love to get those cigarette like extenders.
Yeah, exactly.
Where the cigarettes
Like
fucking
Corella Deville bullshit. Yeah.
but it's hitting the mic stand every 2 minutes. There's 2 more
And I'm
trailers.
just like, oh, goodness, my darling. I couldn't even bother.
And I'm like, oh man, I have 103 Dalmatians now.
That's far too many Dalmatians, darling.
Did they ever make 103? I know there's 102.
102 twice because there's the live and the animated.
Yikes.
All right, next
I like how
commercial.
we're this deep in and we haven't started the movie yet.
Because I've actually started drinking before this.
Next one, I put Bears beats
Battlestar Galactica.
Complete series.
The best series based off of Scientology, if you ask me.
I've never seen it. It looked kind of decent.
I mean, it kind of blends in because, like, it's kind of the bottom of the totem pole of all, like, space
Sci-fi,
stuff, but
but-
it's still on the totem pole. So it goes, like, I mean, fuck, the top 3 are argued: Star Wars, Star Trek, and Doctor Who.
Oh yeah, that's true. But I
And
guess
then-
I never consider, like, I think Battlestar Galactica is like in its own different universe, even though they're all sci-fi.
I mean,
I just feel like if
I
you
put it
turn
with,
on the
like,
Sci-Fi
Star
channel,
Trek.
yeah, it's kind of close to Star
or
Trek.
like older Doctor Who in general. Star Wars is above it just because there's such big movies.
Yeah.
And then I don't even know what's next. Fucking like Sliders.
I don't even know what that is. I just remember, dude. Do you remember the Sci-Fi channel growing up?
Yeah, it was really bad because
But like, there was always like bad sci-fi movies that were kind of like fun to
they're
put
fun.
on.
But like it later like evolved into people making bad movies on purpose, and I hate that. Like.
Yeah,
like
'cause
in the
sci-fi's
Sharknado series, where they're like, "Oh, this would be funny if someone wanted to make this movie. Why don't we make this movie?"
And they did it with the,
They knew they were making a bad movie, which
and like they got a budget and they did it for for 3 months. That's what they did for a living. They were able to make Sharknado.
I mean, that's fucking awesome. I just like personally, I'm a fan of bad movies, but the director was like, "This is my magnum opus. Like, this is gonna be incredible." Like
oh,
that's
he didn't realize it was bad, or
right. Yeah, that's what like The Room and like Troll 2 is like. Those are like the best worst movies ever made. But like Sharknado and like
No, they
even
did it
like
as a joke.
lower volumes of that. Yeah, because there's
that's
like
that's how I kind of feel about this director called Justin Lin. I'm just
Right,
kidding.
yeah.
No offense to Justin Lin,
All right.
but there's one more trailer for a movie I've never seen.
oh really?
I've never seen this.
Wait, let's make sure it's the same commercial. I guess.
Coraline.
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
Never seen it,
Shit, because I had a
but I
question.
really want to.
No, it's a great movie because
I love this animation style. Is that Tim Burton?
no, well, it's from a producer of it, I think, but it's Leica. They make Coraline, Paranorman, Kubo.
Oh, I haven't seen any of those.
Trolls. So
I know Paranorman's like really good.
Paranorman's amazing. It's probably my favorite. Or Box Trolls. Box Trolls.
I haven't heard of that one.
It's yeah, it's Leica. I went to a museum expo that they attributed it to.
That's
so I
cool.
got to see like some of the sets of Coraline because it's like a table. Because
Oh, is it
it's
stop motion?
literally stop motion, like move a like segment,
And
take
it's
a photo.
Dude,
Yeah,
that takes so long to
So,
do.
like-
I did stop motion in high school for I did like a 2-minute video.
I
It took me
know.
fucking like 4 hours.
yeah, it's a bitch.
And
they,
you just after a while you go, what am I doing with
Yeah.
my time? Like this sucks.
no, like yeah, the company Leica makes those. Because fuck, I was hoping you'd see it because I have a question that I feel like is it's a shit. I can't like a hot answer or whatever.
A hot take.
Yeah, hot take. I think the fake mom in that movie is hot as fuck.
And I've never seen it.
She's terrifying. Yeah,
She's scary but hot.
yes, it's
And she's
the
also made of clay.
the other mother. No, she has buttons for eyes. Well, yeah, I guess she was made for clay.
No, she has buttons for eyes.
No, the other mother, like, because I was curious, so I looked up Coraline Rule 34 today. Fucking all other mother.
What are you saying right now? I've never seen it. Rule 34.
You don't know what Rule 34 is?
Is that like?
If anything exists, there's porn of it.
Oh, is there porn of other mother?
Yep.
Did you watch it?
No, I just looked it up just to see if other people shared my, like,
Well, dude,
Thought process of it.
I bet there's porn for anything
yeah, but I just want to be reassured, like, yeah, people are jacking it to other mother.
because you have.
No, but I wouldn't be opposed to. It could get me going. It could get me there. Other mother got it.
Other mother.
She's another MILF.
It just makes me think. Other mother makes me think of that Lonely Island SNL sketch with just where
You
they
can fuck my mother. Yeah.
what Mother's Day
Motherfuckers, yeah. Or, I can't remember what it's called.
where they fuck each other's moms.
Yeah.
That's such a funny sketch. But that was freaking so many trailers. I put so many trailers, but let's freaking go.
Ooh, but the Coraline was in 3D. I took that note.
Oh,
That's
it
all I got.
was.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's set the scene.
Movie starts.
Let's set the scene. Dominican Republic. ... And I said, it looks like the semis are back, baby. Because semis are from the first film.
What kind of fucking semi truck goes with that many tanks? Is
Dude, that's what I realized. At first, I was like, oh, this is a cool semi. And then I was like, tank,
there's
tank,
six
tank.
tanks on there.
Six tanks. And I was like, what the
And they're
heck is-
like, they're
huge-
small tanks too.
Huge ass semi.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Dom specialty.
And
Because
then,
did you know this was going to be Dom?
what do you mean?
Like when you saw that we were like in Dominican Republic looking at the semi truck, who did you think was going to start?
I didn't know.
Oh, see, I guessed Dom.
Well, I
like,
guess that makes sense because he's back.
Yeah.
But then the first person I made a note on, Han.
see, I made the first note. Oh fuck, Dom's back, baby. And then my next note in all caps is Han.
Yeah, dude. I said, fuck yeah, Han.
Because he's
dude.
my favorite
Dude,
character
and I
in the
love,
series
dude,
so
he's
far.
so good. And I did it stealing gas now. Guess what they called it? Liquid gold, baby. That's what they call it. They call it liquid gold.
Because I did the note. Holy fuck, Han is doing that Dominican Republic drift.
It's a good one.
And
Well,
then-
only for a little bit.
Then my next note is, I hope this truck driver doesn't get hurt and his lizard. I really like
What?
them.
He was freaking driving with a lizard and feeding his lizard like part of his sandwich. Like, what the heck are you doing?
But he fucking loved that.
I will
lizard.
say, okay, so let's get through this opening scene because this opening scene, I'm going to say it right now, is the best scene of the 4 films. I wrote that was my notes. I said, this is the best scene I've seen so far. This scene was so good
I can't picture a better one I enjoyed more.
because I got jacked. I got and I was like, this is what I've been waiting for.
Because my next note is, this is a badass heist.
Dude, yeah. And I said, when they started going over that hill, I went, Jesus Christ, that's a steep hill.
Yeah.
Like, what road is this?
Yeah, a mountain road. Because my next note is, I feel so bad for Letty because only times we've seen her, she gets the shit kicked out of her.
Dude, but Letty's a badass.
No, but like first movie, she got in that bad car accident, and this
crash.
one, she's getting whipped around this truck.
But she can take it, dude.
But it's just like she's the only one we've seen get the like shit kicked
I
out of her
don't-
every time.
I had to put subtitles on again.
Me
But I
too.
never caught the
'Cause-
name of those 2 Spanish guys.
No,
Because they
'cause-
come back at the end.
Like literally, my next note is like, oh, because Han's talking, I have to turn the subtitles on because he speaks so softly.
Yeah, it does. But then those 2 guys are speaking in Spanish, like yelling at each other.
No idea
But I
who
love
they-
them.
I don't know.
But I
'cause
love
they show
them.
up at the end.
Yeah, they're at
Did
the
you
end.
notice that? I was
So I'm
like,
guessing they're part of the crew.
I fucking guess. I wonder if they just look cooler.
And
in
they're
the next
always
movies.
just arguing.
Yeah.
And dude, but I love how they're doing the heist. Like they literally throw the hitch down
That was cool.
and then they break it with the CO2. It looks like.
Yep. Where she
They,
has
like,
that weird CO2 backpack, I
Well,
guess.
it's
I mean,
that was cool.
yeah. No, and then, because also Han was on it. He fucking just lashed it because
dude,
he's a perfect
Dude,
backwards driver.
so fucking good.
'Cause who
And
is Han's partner?
I think it was Letty.
No,
no,
Han
Letty.
was with
Letty was
Dom.
Dom. I don't know who was with Han.
I can't remember.
Was there another chick?
I can't remember.
I'm trying to
Or
remember.
was it the like country
Because-
white guy?
because
Wasn't there a country white guy? I don't even remember.
Han is who gets the first.
Yeah, because Han nails.
I'm
it.
guessing it was a country white dude because that's the guy who throws the thing down Han's driving.
Okay.
And then the
Yeah,
2
that makes
Spanish
sense.
dudes get the next load, and then Dom is with Letty.
Yes.
And that's Dom, yeah. But then Letty, because the truck driver starts to notice,
Yeah.
and Letty drops her shit because he's trying to get her off. And then I said, oh, fuck. Vinny Boy is pissed. Because he's like,
The entire-
God, he's like, I want to watch, like, I want to see, like, they're planning this, because that would be cool, because I love this scene so
Right,
much.
yeah.
She's like, I don't have anything to hit it. And he's like, just kick it, just kick it.
Well, and then he fucking
And then he
breaks it with
fucking
his car.
hits it with his car, and it shatters.
Well, and then we come up over that road because
Yeah, that's the
that's
hill.
when the driver bails with his
Dude,
iguana.
he jumps out. I'm like,
Going
holy
like
fuck.
80 miles an hour.
Yeah, Jesus. And also you have 6 cargoes things of oil?
Right behind. Yeah,
Like, what the heck are you doing, dude?
I mean, but also he's fucking getting hijacked.
I also just
Could he not slow down though?
he could have braked, but I guess semis take a long time to brake, so he was like, and I think he
Yeah.
tried speeding up to like get him off, and he wasn't paying attention to
Maybe,
the road.
yeah, because he slams on his brake for a moment. I remember because that's when Dom starts sliding past Letty.
Yeah, because he does slam on the brakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Letty's trying to jump. That scene was
Yeah.
intense. He's like, just jump, grab my arm. I did write down Letty is her name. I couldn't remember what her
Yeah.
name was. Her name is Letty.
Because I still don't know his sister's name though.
Mia.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
right.
And I just wrote down, holy fuck, that was badass. So, you know what I'm talking about is once the truck.
All right, so let's set the scene. Like he gets her off. She ends up jumping on his car, and now he's in front of one of the tankers because the truck goes down, slams,
Truck
and
goes
catches
down.
on fire.
Yeah. And then there's 2 tanks. And
Toppling over
And
each
he does
other.
this really cool, they're on a steep hill, really cool drift backwards, and he like breaks right in front of the cliff.
Han could have done it better.
Yeah, but then he literally parks.
Yeah.
And I was like, Vinny boy.
What are you gonna do,
And,
bud?
and Letty's like freaking out.
She's
like,
saying-
Dom, what are you doing? Because
Well,
this
she says don't do it. I'm like, what the fuck else are you gonna do?
this oil rig that's on fire is tumbling towards them on this
takes
steep
so
hill.
long to
Dude, but
get
it's
to
so
them,
dramatic
though.
because Vinny Boy's just sitting there and he's so focused. He just straight face, and then he just slams it, dude.
And that fucking
Barely.
power drift. Because
He just barely makes through it. Oh my god!
Well, because my next note is that power slide was so fucking stupid. That could never happen. Why was that tumbling coming so slowly at him? But it was incredible.
Dude, it was so good, dude. This opening scene was so badass. Opening scene, I'm jacked. And
Yeah.
that's probably the
No,
best
I'm ready.
scene of the whole franchise so far.
No, that's a visual pre-workout. Are you
Dude,
like
it was-
you're so right?
It was such a great way to start a movie.
And then cut to a gas station dance party.
I literally said, "Bring on the card parties again,"
Yep.
because here we are. We're
They're-
back, baby.
They're having a gas dance party.
I literally have a full first page is trailers in the first scene of notes. Like,
yeah.
because that first scene, I was like, "Whoa!" And like that was the first thing I watched. I woke up and started watching this movie, so that woke me up immediately, and I was so jacked, dude.
Because my next note was it's like kind of like pre-party. How did the cops not notice cars pulling gas tanks backwards?
Yeah, because they both had two of them per.
Backward, like.
I don't.
Wait, no, never mind. They did. They flipped around.
They flipped around to get it, and then they
but
drove
still,
the
it's
opposite
two
direction.
just like speedy cars pulling gas tank.
I think later in the franchise they pull bigger things with their cars.
Probably
Because I think Fast 5 is that safe.
right. Yeah.
Which I'm so excited for. So they're at this party. Han's hanging out, and Dawn comes up to Han.
Do you notice he's snacking?
Is Han snacking?
Yep, he's snacking.
And did you notice this? Dom is not drinking a Corona.
See, I don't remember what he was drinking because I have the note of the first Corona we
Yep,
see.
I have the note because I was like, oh, fuck, are they getting away from Corona? No, it was just that one scene. He's not, he must just grabbed a beer at a party.
Is
But
it like just a brown bottle?
Yeah,
or?
it wasn't a Corona. Like, it wasn't even close to
So it
look
didn't
like
have
it.
like the clear neck.
No, it didn't even look like a Corona.
Weird.
It was a way different beer.
Huh.
And I was like, maybe they just didn't think about that. And then they were like, oh, fuck, he has to drink it. Or
Which is weird because that's such a statement of the first movie.
And I'm sure-
you can have anything as long as it's Corona.
yeah, well, they are. So
Speaking of which, cheers.
They are. So the first scene takes place in the Dominican Republic.
Corona's a Mexican beer.
Yeah. And then is this next scene also? Because this first 30 minutes of this movie, they're in like 8 different locations.
So much happens.
And it's just like, Jesus Christ.
Well, because now he's talking to Han. And
Yeah,
Dom,
this is so
is this
dumb.
when Dom talks about like, hey, I'm into hot. I got to get going. 'Cause
Yeah,
otherwise
and-
the rest of you will go down.
And dude, we're like, what? And then wait, what?
And then
Han's leaving?
yeah, Han's like, oh, maybe something in Tokyo. Is that all we get of Han?
This is his quote. Heard they're doing some crazy shit in Tokyo.
yeah, killing you. Don't go. If this is all we get of
Dude.
Han, I'm pissed.
I was so like angry because I was like,
Because I thought Han was going to be in like 2 more movies.
I was
at
like
least.
so jacked because Han's incredible.
He's my favorite character.
Yeah, and then the way they had brought it up just so they would hint that Tokyo Drift was part of the franchise.
But like, it's like,
But it's just
no.
like so obvious, and it's like, so does he just immediately go to Tokyo and he's not in it?
Yeah, like,
So we don't get any more Han.
That's what we get of knowing that him and Han worked together for a while. Like, it was just that scene. And
God,
that's
I'm gonna
fucking,
be so fucking pissed if that's it.
because I heard that like basically everybody's in all the later movies. So I'm hoping he comes back.
But why would he go to Tokyo and then come back and then go to Tokyo again?
Fucking because they're bad writers. I don't know.
I mean, at the end of Tokyo Drift, isn't Dom driving around Asia? So maybe that's one of the movies.
I don't think so.
Isn't that what he said? Like this?
Yeah, no, he raced his way across Asia. I would also believe that Han's not dead after Tokyo. I believe that
Well,
this.
I have another theory about someone else coming up.
Yes,
that's not
which
dead.
I know that she's not, and I hate that I know that.
Oh, you do for a fact.
Yeah, I worked in the movie theater when like the 8th one or something came out. I know she's a part of it.
Oh fuck yeah! Because I was so sad.
But let's wait.
We're not gonna
cut
hit up
that.
ourselves.
Yeah. Okay. So Han's leaving already is my next note.
Dude, I was so
I was
fucking
pissed because
Like,
he might not be in the other movies. I don't know.
dude, I know The Rock comes in the next one, and the Fast 5 I saw in theaters, but like Han,
Oh right, you saw was Han not in Fast 5?
I can't remember.
Okay.
I just remember Fast 5 being ridiculous, and also I didn't know the franchise, and I didn't know what I
Because
know.
one of the rapper comes back, doesn't he? The second movie one, right?
Ludacris?
Yes, I was thinking Nelly, but I didn't think so. Yeah, he comes back, I think.
Ludacris and Bow Wow's done. I wish freaking Roman would come back, dude.
I know he's in later ones too.
Is he really?
Yes, because
Oh,
I've seen like
fuck, dude.
a clip of it, and it was him.
Dude, why do
And-
I want? I know this isn't
Han and Roman.
Han and Roman, dude.
No, those are my favorite characters.
I would love Fast and Furious presents Han and Roman.
Absolutely. They were just eating all the time.
Yeah, they're just munching, and like Han's just so chill, and Roman's like, "Let's go!" Like he's just.
I was in jail for 2 years.
Dude, speaking of jail, dude, my next note is I thought Dom wasn't going back to prison.
Right, yeah. Like no matter what.
I don't know if he says this or Letty says this, but they say ride or die. Oh, Letty says it because Dom's trying to push everyone away, and
Yeah.
Letty goes ride or die. Remember?
He's like, no.
And then my next note is he's still being a bad boy.
Right.
Like if you don't want to go to prison, quit being a fucking bad boy.
Yeah, no.
Quit stealing liquid gold.
I think like half the movies are about them clearing their name.
And they keep doing shit.
No, but like the past 3 movies have been about that basically.
They keep doing
No,
shit.
and then they kiss once and then just fucking, because my next note is I love how crazy horny they are for
Well, before they kiss, my note is I said, kiss him hard, Letty. And then, I'm not even kidding, dude.
kiss him hard.
Kiss him hard, Letty. And they fucking make out.
And then cut to
she's
Dom
sleeping.
watching her sleep. That's my next
And I literally, I said, oh, Dom, don't fucking leave in the middle of the
You
night.
piece of
I literally
shit.
said, you're better than that.
It's your family.
Yeah, and Letty is like, you've been around for, like, come on.
We've seen so little of Letty at this point, though. I think she becomes more of a main character.
I hope so.
Because I like the idea
I like
of her.
but then I also like well, I think they're so horny because they're doing these crazy things together.
yeah.
They're
They're
like living on the edge of death.
Well,
So it's like, let's fucking fuck. You
Yeah,
know?
and that's what started this. He's like, I'm probably gonna go to jail. I'm like, boom, fuck him.
Boom. Dude, she literally. So in real life, did they date ever? Or-
Yes.
Okay, so maybe they were.
I don't think for the whole. I don't think they've stayed
Well, that's
together.
because she died. Spoiler alert.
All right, but my next note is the next scene.
Downtown LA.
Officer Bullet Brian is back, baby.
Yep. And dude, my note is cool chase scene, and Polly Boy is back.
my
I
next
called
note-
it Polly Boy.
My next note is this gangster is great at parkour.
Dude.
Horrible at shooting.
Yeah, I will say that chase scene was actually really cool because it literally just starts off downtown LA sprints.
Windows, yeah. And when he climbs
I
up the
love that
fence,
graphic
and
where
he's
it's-
climbing down the fence, and fucking
He
Paul
runs
Walker
into him and
knocks him through the fence. I love that shit.
dude, I didn't even take many notes during this chasing because I was like, this is so intense.
Because my next note is so he catches the guy and he says the name that means something.
Well,
later.
I have a note before that.
Okay, what's
so
that?
when he goes through the window of that apartment and he's like has the gun pointed at the window,
I knew
and
that was
fucking,
gonna
and fucking
happen.
Paul Walker is like in the hallway and he like sees him and then he tackles him off a building.
Through the different window.
Yeah, but he tackles him through a window off the building onto a car.
And like I know that happens.
Jesus Christ!
I think the tackling into cars happens a lot in this series.
but I love that
because that's always
that
been
would
like
hurt so bad.
No, but that's always been a movie myth. Like if you land on the like hood or not hood, but like the top of
yeah, that's
the car.
what a hood.
When the hood's like where the engine
yeah, I guess
is,
there's-
whatever the top of the car.
I don't know what that is.
Me neither. But yeah, that like because it gives way a little bit, that'll like cushion your fall technically.
But then all the windshield glass and also you're landing on seats.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not great, but like it's still like if something you can hit something and it gives way, there's still you lose the amount of pressure that thing can hold or the amount
It is
of
fucking
energy.
cool when they crush it.
Well, because then windshields explode and you're just in a car basically.
But obviously they take all the seats out because they literally you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like
instead of
yeah,
and they roll off the
you
front.
roll
yeah.
off.
My next question is, he was reinstated as an FBI agent.
So this
Was
yeah.
he an FBI agent before? I thought he was just an LA cop.
So
And then
he's
he-
FBI now?
And then he cleared his name with the FBI, but I didn't think he was ever an FBI agent.
I don't freaking maybe he got but then he ran away again after the second movie.
Which
so why would dude I literally put
well, no,
Paul
he
Walker
did, but apparently he didn't because he joined. Because
I guess he didn't run away because he got his name cleared and they walked away freely.
Yes,
So he didn't run away.
but in the first one, he was just a cop, right?
Yeah, he was just a cop
And he was undercover,
Undercover.
so he was like he was a big deal cop.
and he let Dom go.
Which then got him fired and he turned to crime, which is the second movie. And to clear his name, he worked for the FBI. But here
But the guy at the FBI hated him.
and now here they say he was reinstated as an FBI
See,
agent.
I didn't realize I just said Paul Walker is a cop again. Why do they keep reinstating him?
Yeah, no, but it's FBI this time.
And then literally, here we go again. Different fucking city.
I know.
Now we're in Panama City. And it's so much jumping around.
But fucking what happens next?
Oh
Jesus
my God, dude.
Fucking Letty's been murdered.
Yeah, Letty
What
was
the
murdered.
Fuck. And
I
that's
said,
how we find
no
out.
way.
Just like he answers the phone, Letty's been murdered.
And it's
What
me.
the-
That's Mia's
Yeah,
sister.
yes.
And I'm like, I was like, what? They're not even gonna show it,
Because my next note is this is moving too fast, and I'm a little furious.
dude. I was emotional at this point
I was
because
like-
I was so jacked from the opening scene, and then they were doing all this jumping around, and then I was like, you killed the main character without showing anything.
Also, our main character's like girlfriend forever. Because what the fuck is happening? Like, yeah, I was so
Dude, it
confused.
was so like crazy, and then
We cut to her funeral.
We cut to the funeral, and I said, of course, all the fancy cars of the funeral.
Yeah, I like that.
Dom was smart not to go down there.
But I like that we first cut to Brian looking over a hillside because he's not down there, and we cut to Dom on an even further like hillside.
And
looking-
Dom goes, I know, because he's in a lot of heat. He knows better.
Yeah.
He knows because he's going back to his hometown. And
but
like,
fucking Brian's there with like 4 other cars,
of
and
co-
he's just staring at the girl he fucked once.
well, they're trying to get Dom, but then he
Yeah.
also sees Mia.
because my next
That's a crazy love triangle.
Because my next question, which I didn't know at this time, but my thing was, did Brian ever talk to Letty?
Well,
We find out later.
We talk about that later, but yeah, I have no idea.
But at this-
no, I don't think so because Letty was driving with Dom in the first movie and crashed.
Like at the party, I don't know if they ever. Like,
No, I don't
said-
think
or-
so.
Or like at that little.
So I don't
dinner
know. They
thing.
never address it.
Like they weren't buddies.
These movies, I kind of feel like just make up stuff and say,
This
yeah,
matters.
this is what happened.
This matters.
This,
Yeah.
this is what happened off screen.
Well, because then we cut to the FBI, and this is where I noticed that Letty was on the screen. So I initially asked at this point, was Letty working for them? Which we find out later.
Well, it said deceased.
Yeah, but like the fact that she even had like a marker on the screen, I was like, did she?
Well, I think because she was in hot shit doing bad stuff.
Well, no, we.
we find out later. Yeah.
But my question was she working for the FBI? So I initially
oh,
spotted
you initially were like,
that
is she
my
FBI?
note says was Letty work? Like, why is she on the screen?
Yeah,
was
but
she working for them?
dude? And I put Paul Walker's sad. Letty is dead. And then my next note is, why is there always a time crunch? Mm-hmm. You got 72 hours.
For what?
You got 72 hours till they close the case.
Yep. Why? Why?
Why is it such a? If you're taking down a top criminal, why
Especially-
is there such? You got to be patient in this
Well,
kind of shit.
especially undercover work, you need to let the criminal
events-
work at his pace.
Yeah, you
Otherwise,
can't
you
just-
rush him and he'd be mad.
And especially if you're FBI, who's above you saying you're shutting it down?
yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. That's true. He's not even a cop anymore. He's FBI.
So like, what the fuck, dude?
And then we see fucking Dom on the scene. That was fucking brutal. Her death.
It was brutal, but also that scene was really cool. My first note was, why the hell are you driving your iconic car
Yeah.
when you're wanted, Vinny boy? Why?
They already said that they spotted his car.
Yeah, his red muscle car,
Yeah,
and like, and then he's just driving it. Like, what the heck?
So because we're back in LA here, right?
Yeah, and then okay, so the next thing is that's a cool shot. We see Vinny watching what happened. I love the way they did that. That kind of reminded me of, oh fuck, what's that movie?
I mean, Sherlock Holmes does that a
well,
little
Sherlock
bit.
Holmes did that, but then there's this movie. Oh fuck, it has the guy from Walking Dead in it when he's younger. It's these two.
He's in like Reservoir Dogs, isn't he?
No, I'm talking about the guy with the crossbow.
Yeah, or he's in Reservoir Dogs, or the other one that's Saints something.
Yeah, I'm talking about Boondock Saints.
Yeah, Boondock
There's a
Saints,
scene
yeah.
in Boondock Saints where they do that.
I was confused
Where
with
the
the
guy
story.
walks through.
Because he knows how everything happened.
And it's so
yeah.
cool because there's gunfire going in front of him. I love when stuff does that. And that's what they did in this, dude. It's so cool.
Because he saw how she died, fucking shot in the face.
And I put, can't believe she might have got shot and died. And I put like might in quotation.
Because
I was
they
like,
didn't show
I was
it.
like, dude, there's no.
Why would they get rid of her this early?
There's no way because I was like, I think we talked about this in the first movie. Like, don't people want like Letty and Dom relationships?
And
You
like
brought
I've
that up.
seen so much about it that I know she's in other movies.
And why would they
But,
kill
like-
her without? Why they'd kill like a somewhat main character without ever actually? I mean, they kind of showed it.
Well, because maybe they want. Because also later on we see that like Gal Gadot's in this, and like she's like flirty with Dom. I was like,
At first, I didn't know who that was.
oh, because I was
I
worried.
was like, damn, I recognize her and nipples.
Yep. Yeah, during that one scene where she's in the white tank top, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was a lot. But yeah, because like they're like a little flirty. I was gonna be pissed if they gave Dom a romantic lead.
Dude, but we'll talk about that when we get there. Because
Next scene is the interrogation that I have notes on. Because Dom finds out the meth,
oh,
whatever.
okay, so this is before. So you're
I'm at the next scene.
so before the next scene, Mia's talking to Dom.
Yes.
Mia literally, because Dom is like trying to figure this out, and he like gets like the yellow stuff on the street.
Yeah.
And
whatever.
Mia's
That
like, you gotta move on. You gotta
She-
let
that's
you
what
gotta
she
let
would
it
want, is
you gotta
for you to let it go.
And I said, Don's a smart cookie. He won't let it go.
I mean, he's working on the case. Like, he's actually operating correctly.
And like, dude, he's doing very well.
Yeah, he's
because
finding
he knows
answers, yeah.
I have a note later. He finds out who the guy is before the fucking cops do.
Yeah, because he could trace, like...
And he's like,
what was,
I
like,
wrote down what they're using.
Methnos?
I wrote down
Yeah.
what they're using later. And it's because I wrote down a quote. He's like, only pussies use that.
Yeah.
Like, it's so funny. But
That's a quote I
love
have
how
too, yeah.
driven and like serious Dom
His
is. And
fucking best friend died.
his
Girlfriend. Yeah.
His
No, I'm
freaking,
saying
like,
she was his everything, yeah.
yeah, it's family.
I don't think they were ever married. I don't
No,
know.
I think they're. I don't know if they've ever because the criminals. I don't know
I
if
don't
they
think
get
they'd
married.
sign documents, yeah.
No, they do. They just
Yeah.
fuck.
But is the next note the interrogation? That's fucking badass.
What interrogation?
When he finds out, like, it's something meth or meth something, the NOS that this person uses.
Oh, I'm not there yet.
Okay, cool. Let me know when you're there.
So many David Parks because they got the name David Parks.
And it turns out to be a Korean guy, Chinese guy.
But
one of
like,
the two.
but like, they're running it through the database,
Yeah.
and it's like David Park, David M Park, David
Yeah.
B Park, and I put, yikes, dude. They bring Mia in to the cop station,
Which I didn't understand why she was
I
brought
literally,
in.
I literally said, so like Mia didn't do anything wrong. So dumb they brought Mia in, but I get it. Got to get Dom. They brought her in so that Dom would come in.
But like, is Dom even connected to this heroin dealer they're after?
I think they're just trying to get Dom. That's why I was kind of confused. Well, because Dom's in hot shit for other stuff.
But like in Panama, hot shit, or wherever. No, Dominican Republic.
I'm sure he has. I'm sure he has. I mean, this is the FBI, dude. But then there's these scenes later where they go
That's-
out of our jurisdiction.
Yeah,
So it's like, what the heck, dude?
They didn't really say what Dom's been charged for because he's been literally out of the country for what I'm told to believe for years.
So now I'm at the garage.
Where he fucking grabs
He grabs the guy and pulls him out from under the car.
and the guy. Why would the guy slide himself back in? Dom is literally dick level with you. Because that's what I was hoping. It was just a straight punch to that guy's dick. But instead,
But Jesus, dude, Dom's aggressive, and then he grabs him, throws him up on a car
under a block.
under
Yeah.
an engine block, which fucking weighs like 500 pounds.
yeah.
And he like drops it and grabs the chain at the last
Catches
second,
it.
one-handed. I literally was like, holy fuck. The engine block is like hanging right in front of
Because
his...
that would be impossible.
Dude, but
right?
I was like so impressed. I was like, I love you, Vin
No, 'cause-
Diesel. I love you.
He is an incredible interrogator. Yeah, he's terrifying. Oh, and
So then the next scene...
is where he's at the next guy he talks to.
No, the next scene, it cuts back to the jail area,
Oh,
and
God.
Brian's talking to Mia.
Okay, because I didn't take notes on that.
Because
scene.
he said something so he could get in and talk to her.
Yeah.
And then he also lets her go, and then the cop gets mad about that later.
And he beats the shit.
Dude, that's
I have notes
I'd
on that too,
like
yeah.
that too. But I put good point, Mia. He was gone for 5 years.
Oh shit, that's the time difference.
Yeah, he because he left.
Yeah,
He went to Florida,
right. As a criminal, and then got hired because
and he literally just got up and left. But they had like this love relationship, and then I don't remember.
fucked her and left.
I should have not. I should have wrote down what she said, but I just wrote down those are heartbreaking words, Mia.
Oh, I don't even remember.
Mia was being like cold, and I was like, I don't blame you,
Yeah.
because you fucking left for 5 years, and now you're coming back and being like,
Oh,
hey, how you doing?
and their
Like, what the-
relationship does not make sense.
Oh, I did write down a quote. Why'd you let my brother go that day? That's what Mia says to him, and Brian says, I don't know, but I know why.
And we find out later because he respected him more than he respected himself.
That's not what I wrote down. I wrote down family.
All right, so now the next scene is I'm guessing Dom talking to that. I think
David Park?
Parks. Yeah, that's David Parks. Yeah.
Before I have that, I have a side note that I wrote down, and I hate admitting this, but this is what I wrote down. Already really enjoying this.
Are you?
Like I was like,
After the first scene, I was in it.
yeah, like that got me jacked, and then I'm like, okay, I'm in.
See,
because I
'cause-
feel like Paul Walker's a better actor.
Yes.
I feel like it's just more aggressive. It's more furious. It's a faster pace. Like it was like,
Well, and like Dom's like portraying one idea of things because like the first time we see him in the first movie, it's just
he
like
kind of doesn't know. But now
Well,
he has
also-
a purpose-driven life.
well, because also in the first movie, I'm like, are we supposed to like sympathize with like because he's technically the bad guy? Where this one, we're like, oh, man on a mission. I get what he's doing,
Yeah.
and he's fucking with other villains. While in the first movie, he was fucking with victims. So like this movie, I'm more in it on his side, and like I like his drive, and I
Well,
like where it's headed.
his lady died, dude, and
yeah,
he
and-
doesn't know why.
And in the first one, he was stealing DVDs.
Well, I mean, at the start of this, he was stealing liquid gold, baby.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, because that's worth. You got to think of the times, dude.
No, but I'm still
Gas prices.
No, but in this one, he's mainly after like that's why I like the second one better than the first one because there's actual stakes.
Yeah.
This one has actual stakes,
And it makes sense.
and the first one it's like, oh, they're scared that truck drivers are gonna get mad at or start killing the thieves of their DVDs.
That's why in like the first two movies, I was like, what is happening?
Second one made sense though. It was the cartel guy.
It did make a little bit more sense, but
First
I feel
one not at all.
Yeah, but
That's
I
why I
feel like
put-
this movie I never was like questioning. I was just into it. I was just having fun.
Yeah, but that's why I put like the third one above the first one because I get it more.
That makes sense, I
Yeah,
guess.
I just the main character is horrible.
It's just maybe because I had no connection when I went into the first one, and then when I was watching the third one, I would much rather be watching the people I know.
That's fair.
Maybe that's the connection I have. Why I think three is not as good. So maybe if I ever go back and I don't know.
No.
There might be
Fucking maybe everyone from the third one shows up later. Could you imagine?
I have a note later,
Yeah.
but I don't want to say it right now because
Like imagine if like Suki and like Sean. Wait, his name's Sean's right.
oh fuck,
And
if
like
Sean
and
comes
a
back,
fucking twink if he shows
I
up.
would love, dude.
Fucking bow wow.
That would be so funny.
They might show up. I would believe it.
If they fucking show up and Roman doesn't, I'm gonna be so fucking.
I know
pissed.
Roman does. I don't know if the other ones do.
And I want Han back, baby.
I know. I hope he's in
Bring
more.
Han back.
He's my favorite. Him and them just snacking together. That'd be incredible.
We haven't seen the whole franchise, but can we start the hashtag Bring Han back? It's like a movie that came out 15 years ago.
And he's just in it. Yeah.
People are like, watch the next one. Well, next week we'll talk about Fast Five. Okay, so I love how Dom found David Park faster than the cops,
Dude, he's better.
and then of course,
They're reunited.
but of course, everything settled with a race.
Right. Where he's like, yeah, you need to get into this race.
Yeah,
It's so
and I'm just like, oh yeah, I forgot we're watching a race.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, oh fuck, you brought me back out to the cheesiness.
But before fucking Brian gets in on the race, he beats the shit out of another FBI officer who's mad at him for the right reason because he let somebody go.
Let a
that was
suspect go.
his suspect.
Yeah, and he just like let her go.
And
Dude,
he
but
like yelled at him, and then Brian comes over and just beats the shit out of him immediately.
So before that happens, because I do have notes on that.
Yeah.
Brian says something to Dom, and I'm like, why the fuck would you say that? He goes, Letty was my friend too. And I was like, Brian, no.
Also, was she?
Yeah, because we don't know that at this point. It's so ridiculous. And also, she just died, and Dom was in a relationship with
Yes.
her. And Dom is not liking you right now. Why would you just say, it's
Because
like
Dom
icing on the
hasn't seen
shit
you
cake.
in 5 years.
And Letty was my friend too.
Fuck off.
Yeah, it's just like, what the fuck, dude? And then it goes in. I put Brian is a badass now because fucking headbutted him into a fucking brick concrete wall.
Yeah.
And dude, when he comes up, his fucking nose is split open.
No, he fucked him because he hits him too, doesn't he?
Yeah, and then he throws his head into the wall.
Ugh.
I'm just like, Jesus,
Like
dude.
serious assault. Didn't just like hit the guy. He beat
And then,
the shit out.
and then like the head cop or head
He's
FBI
like-
manager, break it up. What's
he's
going
like,
on
and
here?
he's basically like, you watch it, and that was it.
Yeah, and go get yourself cleaned up. I think he goes, go get yourself. I don't want you bleeding on my floors.
Yeah, to the guy who was assaulted at a federal facility.
I will say he punched him first.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he comes up angry because he let his suspect go, and I think he threw a punch or something. So I guess
Oh.
Brian was just self-defense.
But Brian beat the shit out of
yeah,
him.
Brian just goes, fuck you, bitch.
Because then my next question is like, God, is Brian just undercover again?
Yep.
And he is, because he just shows up to that race.
No, because they're at the table.
And he's like,
and they go, it's time for you to race. And you can tell, dude, he's so jacked to race them.
He's fucking ready.
And I said, time to race, Polly Boy. So I'm calling him Vinny Boy and Polly Boy. No, I just think it's funny. And so they're going through at the cop station. Paul Walker, Brian, they're like trying to find his race car. And she's like,
I want that one, and that one.
his quote is, I want them all.
And he fucking morphs them together into a supercar.
But my note is, you can only drive one car
Right,
at a
yeah.
time, Brian. What the fuck, dude?
Like, I guess like one for its engine, one for its body. One
Is that
for-
what he meant by I want them all?
I think so.
I thought he just wanted them all because he was so excited he could drive again.
Just horny for cars.
6 different cars and the cops are paying for it, so you can get the most decked out car, I guess.
I think he combines them because they show him working on cars at one point.
Well, that's because he's undercover.
And then my next line is a quote from Dwight. So if you have anything
Dude,
before that,
I do. Dom's drinking Corona, baby.
oh, that was my next note. Yeah,
Cheers.
motherfucking Corona.
Yeah, this is the first entry of a Corona because the
you're-
first beer he's drinking is not a Corona.
But remember, you can have anything.
As long as it's Corona.
That tastes like family.
So I fucking hate Dwight. My first note on Dwight's a little bitch.
But he gave me my favorite quote of the whole movie. What are you looking at, nutsack? What the fuck, Dwight?
He's like has 3 girls standing next to him, but also his voice is like, "What are you looking at, nutsack?" Like, why is his voice like so?
Because I know he's the voice actor for Beast Boy.
Who's Beast? Oh, in X-Men?
No, in Teen Titans.
Oh, and is he really?
Yeah, he's like a big voice actor because I looked him up because I'm like, what else are you in, bud?
I fucking hated him immediately. I hated his look. Everything about him, dude.
Where's he at? I want to look up what else he's a voice actor for. He's Michelangelo in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
In like the Nickelodeon series?
Yes.
I'm guessing. Yeah, whoa. That series is actually pretty good.
He's Beast Boys in the original Teen Titan and Teen Titans Go.
Whoa, okay. So maybe he just was playing a little bitch in this movie.
Yeah. No, he's a big voice actor.
Yeah, because I know those voices. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, he's in a lot of like kids cartoons, and then just also this.
Those are really like Teen Titans and the TMNT.
I mean,
those
yeah,
are really good. Like
true.
even as adults,
Those are
like,
great shows,
really
yeah.
good shows.
Yeah, but what are you looking at, nutsack?
Here comes the 10-second car again. That's where they mention it
Because
again.
I was like back to 10-second cars, and I still don't know what it means.
I think it means I do math later on.
Yeah.
And we'll talk because I think 10-second. We talk about the 10-second car means you go a quarter mile in 10 seconds, right?
Quarter mile? Okay.
So that means it takes you 40 seconds to go a full mile.
Which means
Is
you're
that
going.
fast?
Yeah, because 60 miles an hour is 60 miles or 60 seconds in 1 mile.
Yeah. So you're going a mile in 40 seconds. So that's 80 miles per hour, right?
Maybe.
Ish.
I'm
close to that. That's also not that if I mean that's you're driving fast 80 miles per hour.
Well, because-
but also like I feel like you would go faster.
Yeah, because I can technically go 80, not comfortably though. So I guess that's part
Yeah,
of
but
it.
the 10-second car is like the thing. But then they also use NOS and stuff. So you think you'd want a 5-second car, or you think you'd want a
You
10-second
can't
car
go.
doesn't
I
seem
don't think you go 106 because you go 120.
120, but
Probably
then,
40.
But then they have like decked out cars with
Yeah,
NOS.
so maybe 160.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
come on, 10. Yeah, it doesn't seem very impressive.
But before the 10-second car, this is Gal Gadot's first major motion picture.
Is it really? Because
She was in 2 other things before that because I was like, I know her as Wonder Woman. I was like, there's no way you were
didn't-
famous for this long.
I didn't know who it was. Like, it took me for the entire movie to figure it out. I looked her up. I paused the movie and looked it up, and then at the end it says Gal Gadot.
Yep.
Yeah, but I was like, holy fuck!
So
I was
she's
like,
Wonder Woman.
I like her accent because I think that's her real accent.
Yes, because she's
like Russian or something.
no, she's shit, not Syrian. I don't think. I think she might be Syrian. I can't remember. I'm looking.
But
it
I
up
just
real quick.
in this movie, I was like, damn, she's fucking hot, dude.
No, she's
She's-
also a badass.
Yeah, she's like a badass villain
Israel.
chick. Oh, she's from Israel. Yeah, she's a badass villain chick that's hot, dude.
And she's like only kind of villain in this.
Yeah, because she just is working for the villain, but she doesn't actually do villain things, and she's way into Vin Diesel.
Yeah, and she was horny for him for sure. She got a little
Yeah, you
weird
can
during
tell-
the pandemic. Gal Gadot.
Did she really?
Do you not remember the when a bunch of celebrities sang "Imagine"?
What? No.
Oh, it's right when the pandemic started, and
They all did
that's
it. They all did.
insane. And like in like a selfie version of a photo, and they sang "Imagine," and she was one who started it, and it was just horrible.
Oh my god! But it's the thought that counts.
No, everyone hated it. That was like the kind of like the first time of like, oh right, celebrities are insane, and now they don't have our attention, so they don't know what to do.
And they want attention.
Yeah,
Yeah, because she's a superhero now.
yeah. No, she's in the Justice League. She's Wonder Woman.
Well,
She's made 1.5 good movies as Wonder Woman.
here's what's crazy to think about. Gal Gadot in the 4th movie becomes a superhero.
Yeah.
Fast 5, The Rock comes in. He is now Black Adam. He is now a superhero. John Cena comes in eventually.
Peacemaker.
He's Peacemaker. What the fuck? Is
Idris
fa-
Elba is Death Shot. No, not long. What he plays a weird character in Suicide
Buckshot
Squad
or something? Or
something shot.
Oh, he's in. I've never seen Suicide
He's
Squad.
in the new Suicide Squad.
I haven't seen any of them.
Then we
Weird.
also got Vin Diesel, fucking Groot, Marvel.
Oh my god,
Yep.
dude! Yeah, so Fast and the Furious is just superheroes.
It's a lot of DC characters. Yeah,
That's weird. Do you think Fast and Furious is written as a DC comic? Do
I-
you think there's Fast and Furious comics? I know there's.
I
Dude,
would
that'd
be
be a fun.
surprised.
That'd be a fun episode. This is an idea for a future episode, maybe. Is where we dive into. So obviously we're gonna do like the short films and the
ride eventually,
and the
TV
ride and the
show.
TV show. But it'd be fun to do an episode where we not necessarily enjoy everything, but we talk about like if they ever did comic books or video games or like just
Video games would be a good one, but also
there
I think
are video games. I
we
think.
could do an episode where we read fan fiction to each
Oh,
other. We
that
each
would
pick
be-
different
That'd
fan
be
fiction.
really fun.
That'd be really fun. Yeah, we need to do that.
God, we're gonna
Or
have-
we act out fan fictions where we're Brian and Dom, because you know that they fucking fan fiction.
Oh, 100% because
Yeah.
I love them together.
Yeah, no, we'll do that for sure.
Oh my god, dude. This
God.
series is never gonna fucking
I
end.
know. We're just gonna be like, yeah, and also just Fast and the Furious. All right.
So I love how before this race happens,
Yes.
they're all standing up, and Dom doesn't give a fucking shit, dude. He just stands up and starts talking back to the boss man.
Yep,
And I'm just
immediately.
like, Jesus Christ.
A real racer knows what he's hauling.
Yeah, and you got a good point. And then
But
that other,
also, like,
and
it's
then
like,
the other guy, what's his
yeah.
name, Jinx?
Yeah,
or whatever.
fuck that
He
dude.
stands up next to him and he goes, "Who you talking to?" And he goes, "Are you the boss?" Like,
Yeah.
Dom does not give a
No.
fuck, dude.
And then we start the race, and there's
And
that
dude,
weird fucking
weird-
video game GPS
Yeah,
shit.
weird virtual countdown route, dude.
With,
and
like,
I
the
literally, but it
sexy
feels like a
lady.
video game because they had that animation of the hot girls.
Yeah, that just like
That was like,
blinks through.
you know when
yeah.
like you play like Big Buck Hunter, like,
Yeah,
it was that
it's
animation,
exactly that, yeah.
and then it goes to this route where they're. But I was like, this is what we've been talking about. Like, do they know where they're going? And now in this movie, it makes sense because they drew a route.
But it's still. I have another note. Like, this GPS is fucking horrible because they're like, turn left, like, and that's fucking it.
Just immediate, dude.
Yeah, but like you can't see it because my next note is the only other quote I really love from this movie, and I don't know if we ever learned his name. It's from the black racer to the other racer.
Oh, I wrote down a quote too, but I'm not there yet, dude. I wrote down because I wrote down what he says and then I wrote down his response. Is that what you're thinking about when they start the race?
Maybe We'll
Because
see.
before that, the race starts.
Oh, and Dom's fucking car.
His car goes up on two wheels.
Well,
and
because mine was like, is that an advantage in any way that
No.
you have less traction?
he's just going, let me fuck you up. So it's a 5 mile race. I put, that's not very far.
That's like 4 minutes.
Yeah, 5 miles is not very far. And this is the quote I have. How's my ass look, Chia Pet?
Yes.
And then his response is, ghetto smurf.
Oh, I did not hear that.
Yeah. Because he calls him, because he has like this afro.
Right, yeah.
And then he calls him ghetto smurf.
I did not hear
Yeah,
that.
I'm just
My
like,
next note is
Jesus.
Chia Bet's probably dead because he gets fucked.
I think they're both dead.
Yes, because yeah, the other.
Because they're racing on real streets with traffic.
Yep.
Which is like, dude, that's
'Cause
kind
one
of real life, dude. That's what they would do. It'd be like, all right, we're going to throw you into real life.
Yeah, go. Because
Yeah.
one of my next notes is like, can you imagine just being a car on this road?
Yeah, and these people are just fucking crazy.
Going, yeah.
I would just immediately just
Slow down.
and just,
So I wouldn't slam on the brakes, but I'd let off the gas for sure.
and then just wait a couple minutes.
because then they'd be-
Because if one car's flying by and
yeah.
two cars are, yeah, in case there's a couple people behind.
and then they're now a mile ahead of you.
And then Brian gets behind him and he decides to cut through the alley.
So that is because also you'll remember the only other thing I remember from the Fast and Furious franchise shows up in this movie. The only other memory I have was him going, sorry, car, and fucking crashing into a set of stairs. Like he aimed for the most thick part of an obstacle
but
in
this
his
is
way.
before this happens.
Okay,
He
yeah.
starts driving through the alleyway
pissed.
to get caught up, dude. And he almost kills people.
Yes,
Because there's
yes.
people crossing by and he's like, get out of the way. And he's honking the horn. And it's like, dude, you're going like
you're not
80 through
supposed to be-
alleyways.
Yeah.
Like, what the? And it's also like a GPS is like, recalculating. Dude, I wrote down another quote, dude. I wrote down a lot of quotes from this movie.
Yeah. Because then
He literally yells, shut up. Because the car goes, rerouting. He goes, shut up.
and then Dom fucking kills the other guy.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't hit him. He speeds up while he's trying to hit him, and he fucking spins and then spins off a fucking cliff.
And then he's just gone.
yeah, and because he almost hits fucking Brian, doesn't he, or something?
Yeah, and then Brian just drifts around, dude.
Yeah.
So here's where I have the math. Okay. So I said, I paused the movie to write this note.
yeah.
I said, real quick, 10-second card means quarter mile, right?
Maybe.
So 40 seconds in a mile times 5, 200 seconds to get 5 miles. It's been more than 200 seconds. Like they're still like I like paused and did the math, and I was like, they're still racing. Because 200 seconds, that's like 3.5 minutes, and this
Yeah?
race scene
Yeah.
is like 10.
Yeah, because that'd be 320, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like okay, we get it.
Well, so he's driving down the longest side-by road to an interstate.
Dude, and it's just like, and then when it says like, do a U-turn, and he's like up
Sorry,
above
car.
sorry car, and he drives down the stairs and then comes up right behind him. It's like Jesus.
But he drove through because otherwise he could have just hit a fence and then gone through like a field and been
yeah, why
that
wouldn't
way.
you just drive? I mean, it's obviously it was a steep, but
Still like, yeah,
but then he just goes downstairs that collapse.
yeah. He just hits a. It's like, it's like in Tokyo Drift where he's like has to go through a house and he's like, oh, I'm gonna hit the fucking staircase.
Where all the wood is.
The thickest part of any house, basically.
Well, Aim for the bushes.
I
That's what they
fucking
say.
guess.
It's like, Jesus, dude.
Yeah, and then the race ends. Fucking Dom.
Well, I said, come on, Brian, don't fuck this up.
he fucks it up.
He fucks it up,
Well,
dude.
because Dom is aggressive.
Well, yeah, because here comes you, the aggressive car hitting.
yeah.
And I said,
Which wasn't really in the first movie.
no, it
felt
wasn't.
like.
So it was really in Tokyo Drift. And,
Yes.
And it was only a little bit in this, but it was like, because they're angry. Because, Dom is focused and Ghetto Smurf is out.
Yeah.
Because Ghetto Smurf gets fucked up too.
Dies for sure.
And then there's 2 left in a quarter mile. And then that was cheap Dom, but well played because
he
he
won.
hits him.
And
And,
he wins.
Brian's fucking pissed. And I'm like, dude, it's street rules. You're criminals.
Yeah.
And he's like, I would have beat you if you didn't do that.
And you know why Dom's doing this? Fucking Letty's dead.
Yeah, he has a purpose-driven life,
Yeah.
dude. Like, he's read
Yeah.
the book.
And then
And
knows
then
the
we're
secret.
and then we're back to Dwight. And my next note is, I want to punch Dwight. What an idiot!
but you
I
remember
literally-
the one scene I remembered from
dude? But what the fuck is this? The toe sucking scene?
It's the fucking foot fucking
this is the scene that you. This is the scene you saw in a theater.
No,
What-
not in a theater. I remember it was in my basement. I was like, oh, Fast and Furious, whatever. And I put that on like kind of in the
like
background.
while you're on your phone or something.
Yeah, probably. And that was the only thing I remember is Sorry Car and then the foot sucking scene. That's all I've seen from
dude,
this
it
series.
was such a weird cut because he's like there's like an orgy. There's like 3 women kissing. He's filming. And then he starts sucking on toes, and he's like, "What is going?" He's like way into feet, but I
Yeah.
love this next scene. Like
Fucking-
I think I'm in love with Brian now. Like Brian,
Really?
I mean, I like Vinny Boy better, but Brian has redeemed him. Like this movie, Brian's good.
I don't like either of them.
Really, I'm like I hate him in this, but I'm like so jacked right now.
No, but like, who's your top character though? Is it Brian?
That's Han.
Okay, yeah, exactly. Han, then Rome.
Yeah, then Rome. But like Brian is so much better in this one than
Yes.
he has been in the past 2.
Absolutely.
And he's like doing badass shit. And like this next scene is like I put that actually made me smile. Like good fucking job, Brian.
That he fucking
planted
that made you
meth.
happy?
He
He
planted
planted
meth on him because he called him nutsack. like that's why like Brian is a criminal.
But like the FBI just planted drugs on somebody and everyone knows it.
Yeah, but Dwight's a piece of shit. I hated him, so I like loved it.
Dwight wasn't a criminal.
He's sucking on toes, dude.
Who cares?
I don't
No,
know. I love.
hashtag free Dwight.
No, I loved it. You really? You
No,
want,
'cause-
you
yeah,
want
my
more
next
toe
note
suck?
is why the fuck did he arrest Dwight?
Dude, see this is where
No,
we're
but also-
split different because I love that scene because the smile he has, and the
I
and the
like
guy-
I liked that, but also
and then the guy goes, "Do you really think they'll fall for that?" And he goes,
No.
"No."
So-
It's just he just wanted him out of his fucking life.
did he arrest him so that another spot would open on the
think so,
race?
yeah.
That's because they never quite said that, right?
Yeah, but that's what he did so he could get into the race. But then he also did it to smite him because he
yeah.
hated him.
Well, because there's
so
something
I love that.
There's something I told you about while I was watching this movie today, where I'm like, I like it, but I'm confused about all the plans and all the
See,
decisions.
I was just so jacked by all these like this scene made me smile so much that I didn't even care what was going on.
See, I don't know
And
if
just-
I missed stuff or I was like, I don't fucking know. I'm just here. And then we go to a club scene because I put, why is there always a walking through a club scene in these films?
But I love it. Oh, I have a note before, so I paused it again to write this note.
Okay.
Okay, so I know Brian is a sketchy cop, but like,
He's a criminal.
Yeah, but
He's
I
a
like-
horrible person.
I just want him to be friends with Dom again because it's at the club.
That was a bummer.
yeah, and they're just like giving each other a cold shoulder.
But, like
It's-
Dom's pissy,
Yeah.
which you get why, but like, yeah, that was a bummer.
and then Dom's like, he's at the club, and he's like, "Fuck, man, I'm thirsty. Let me walk up to the bar." And he orders a Corona.
Yep, goddamn right.
literally says-
Fucking another cheers for that, buddy.
Dude. Well,
Family.
before we cheers, I wrote down a quote.
Okay.
They do a cheers with the guy, and they do a shot.
Yes, I wanted to write this
And
down.
this
but I
is the
forgot.
quote, and this is what we'll cheers to.
Yes.
He goes, "To the ladies we've loved, and the ladies we have lost. Cheers."
Salute.
He does say salute.
Oh, what a series.
So this bad guy, I recognize him. I didn't look him up at all.
I kept thinking
But
he was the guy from Breaking Bad, but I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. But I was like, I recognize him from something. I think he did a really good job.
Yeah. He looks like a guy who plays a really crazy meth dealer in the beginning of Breaking Bad.
But I don't think. Yeah, I don't think.
I don't
that's
think
him.
it was because I think I
I
looked
feel
him
like
up.
I feel like if I do look him up, I'll be like, oh, maybe I don't recognize him.
No, because his photo doesn't look anything like it.
Oh, he's older. No, I recognize him.
Do you?
Yeah, he's older now.
Silver Linings Playbook, Alien vs Predator, Requiem, which
He's
we
in
talked
Silver
about
Linings
recently.
Playbook.
Yes.
Weird.
I've never seen that. American
It's a really good
Gangster, Better Things, Promised Land, The In Between, The Fallout, Horse Girl, Little America, Messiah.
What the heck?
They all look like great shows, but like nothing I've even heard of.
Yeah. What? Okay, so maybe I don't know.
Cloverfield Paradox, I've seen that. Didn't like
Is
it.
that like a sequel to Cloverfield? What the
Kind
heck?
of. It's not good.
Yeah, maybe he just looked really familiar.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, because he wasn't the guy who I initially thought it was.
Yeah.
Damn it, I got a spoiler. He's in a future movie, apparently.
He comes back.
Fucking apparently.
Braga.
Yep, Braga.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler, yep.
Fuck, we're not there yet.
Yeah, have we stated that this entire series is a spoiler for every movie? I mean, we're reviewing the movies.
Well, also, this came out in 2009.
Yeah.
And also, who cares about spoilers for Fast and the Furious 4?
People might get mad about 10 when we are on it. Because we need to release that next day.
Well, yeah, but we'll say at the beginning of this, hey, we're going to dive into every plot point. We're going to talk about everything.
We're going to go through it.
But for these, I don't think you need to. And also, we're
Yeah.
titling these Moist and Monday.
If-
And that thumbnails are modified Fast and the Furious. But I do put at the end of the title, Fast and the Furious Review.
Yeah. Well, because also everyone's seen at least the first one besides us.
I feel like a lot of people have seen 1, 2, or 3.
Yes.
And a lot of people have opinions.
And they
They're
don't
like,
care about
and they're
the
like,
rest of
oh,
the
I like the
7.
first one.
Yeah.
Or I like the third one. Or, yeah, I saw the 5th one in theaters. Like, it's just like, I've never met anyone that's a diehard fan. And,
Nope.
and if I ever do,
But
I
there's-
will be able to beat them. Because I know so much about
My
the
dream
fucking...
is we find Fast and the Furious trivia night and we fucking commentate.
Just knowing the fact that they have a 6-season animated series puts us ahead of everybody that loves this series. Because nobody knows that.
I don't think so. I don't fucking know.
6-season series on Netflix.
Animated kids show.
It was on for 2 years. Yeah, okay, it's so stupid.
My next
Well,
note
I
is,
hope it's really good though.
my next note is fucking Dom won't go back because they're talking about prison at some point. I'm guessing.
Yeah, but I put down. So this is when we learn. I think we learned it earlier, but Braga's the main bad guy in this.
Yes.
Braga's the top dog, boss,
Heroin dealer, right?
boss of bosses. Yeah, I think he's
He's
dealing-
smuggling heroin from Mexico to America.
and then he has dealers that sell it,
Yes.
and he makes a ton of money, dude. And then I said, Brian, don't be dumb. You're gonna get caught. So Brian starts
so
to
dumb.
he starts to fucking wander around. But I will say the main guy that cheers them earlier, he said when he leaves, because the guy whispers in his ear, he goes, help yourself to anything. Like he says something that like
pretty open.
pretty
yeah.
open. Like
Don't remember that.
enjoy the party, or
Okay.
but then like Brian's like, I'm like, dude, Brian,
You look like a cop.
You look like a cop. You just got admitted into the race.
Vin Diesel doesn't like you yet, so
Yeah.
he might out you. And because I think he says that like,
Well, 'cause
what
that-
makes you think I won't out you or something? He's like, well, I could out you about what you're here
Well,
for.
at that scene
something
before
like
they
that.
cheers, they have like this weird look at each other, and the guy's like, "Do you guys know each other?" And I'm just like,
dated my
"Oh,
sister."
yeah." And I'm just like, "Oh," and then he goes, "You're lucky you're alive."
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
that.
that was a cool part. It's so weird. I
Nobody
didn't even
fucks
write.
with Mia,
Yeah.
or nobody fucks Mia.
No. There's a scene later where Brian definitely
Jesus,
does.
where they get so fucking horny immediately. One kiss and then boom.
Yeah.
So that's enough.
Yeah, I
Okay,
have so much more.
because my
dude.
next note's not until the next race.
But no, and then but now Dom's being dumb because Dom he gets in the elevator and goes down. He starts to search, and that's when he goes to the garage, and that's where he runs into
yeah.
Gal Gadot.
Oh, right, because I have this note where she whispers to him, "Vaya con Dios," because they said so much. She said it so much to him.
What does that mean?
Go with God. So
I mean, Dom always has that cross necklace.
Yeah, no.
Dude, I do have notes about religion in this movie later on. 'Cause I'm
I-
like, why are criminals so religious? Why?
it's a big thing with I think more like Hispanic criminals because Catholicism's so big in like South and Central American countries.
Is Dom from there?
I never know
Because Dom, like, there's a scene
but,
later
like
where
Mia's definitely Hispanic. Dom just
Okay.
doesn't look very Hispanic. I guess I don't know if he.
yeah, because there's a scene like where
Well, they
they
speak
pray.
Spanish, yeah.
and so maybe it does make sense.
no, because yeah,
I was just like, why are criminals so religious? Because it's all about, and I guess that every Sunday they just repent their sins and start breaking the
they're-
law again.
Yeah, and they're good. Yeah, no, but like I'll just not saying like a lot. I was like, I just know a lot of South American and Central American cultures are very religious and often Catholics.
And that's just like, that's just what they do. And
That's
Even
just the
if-
culture for it. Yeah, so I'm guessing the criminal enterprises also have
yeah, I
that
guess so,
equally.
and they give money to the church, and
yeah,
which is
that's true.
crazy because that's what they do in this movie.
Yeah,
So now Dom is in the garage with Gal Gadot, and I put this chick is crushing on Dom hard.
is this when she was nipping out? I don't remember. If I
Yeah,
took
this
notes
is
on
when.
that.
This is when, and I was
'Cause-
like,
God damn.
you're hot. Dude.
Yeah.
You're a wandering woman. But then
You're a woman that's got me wondering.
got me wondering what's under that. What is he in the first movie? You can't clean a car without taking the.
Yeah, you can't like check the hood without taking the cover off.
Yeah,
Something like that.
so stupid. So Dom is a savage, I wrote down, because he denies Gal Gadot. And this is a quote he says. She's like, "So what do you see in a girl?" And because she's like hoping he'll like describe her, and he's like says all this stuff, and then he goes, "I want my girl to be 20% angel, 80% devil."
I don't remember that.
He goes 20% devil, 20% angel, 80% devil, and she goes, "That's not me." And he goes, "I know."
I did not pay attention during
dude,
that conversation. That's amazing.
He just shuts her down.
Holy
hard,
shit.
dude. I put boom. Denied. He's still missing Letty. And then we cut to the race, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, holy fuck. But that's, dude, you can tell in his eyes, like, he's like, I get that you're hot, you're attractive, and you're, but like, he's like, I'm on a mission right now.
Yeah.
Like, don't fuck me up.
My first note about the race is I love that we see that Brian's drinking Cananas. I thought that was adorable.
And I love how the GPS thing is
beeping.
It's basically a pager.
Yeah,
it says, "Oh, time to race."
And he's like, "Oh shit, like trying to take apart his like police tracker or whatever.
So before they get into the race and get
Yeah.
like in that semi, Brian's at the police station. And
Yeah.
his GPS starts beeping, and
Yeah.
it's basically a pager, and he goes, "You gotta go," because
Yeah.
it's calling, duty calls.
But then he gets to the race and he's like freaking out about his GPS tracker because they're apparently scanning for that. And he shoves it in a can of Nas.
I have quotes, but I don't remember where this is from.
I don't know, read the quote.
And he goes, "Slow it down, O'Connor." I think that. Oh, he's racing.
Oh,
he's driving fast
to the race.
He's driving fast to the sign, and they go, "Slow it down, O'Connor." And I'm just starting to like Brian a lot because his response is, "Sure thing, Dad." That's what he says to
I
the
don't remember that
FBI, dude. Yeah, I'm like so into this movie because I love like that little like he's like, "Fuck you."
Yeah,
I
he's like
go-
he's being a little bit. Yeah.
And then they get in and they're transporting cars via semi.
Where they're just like, all right, drive in, and none of the racers know what's happening.
Dude, yeah, but that scene was intense where he's trying to get that tracker out and he drops it into the NOS and you just
Yeah.
hear the.
Yeah, which
But like you can, he's panicking so hard and they're looking at him.
and
like,
we see them watching him panic, and we're just like, okay,
because he's like,
yeah, I just fucking. He's like, well, I'm good.
it's that hard to rip two wires, Brian. Like,
Wait,
come
it's like a thing I could see it. So why don't you look down, grab it, snatch it, and like
yeah, and then just drop it. But
he has to make eye contact with the people.
well, he
the
doesn't
whole
want to like look away. It doesn't want to look like he's. But also,
If you're staring at
Dom's
someone,
just like whatever. I don't give a fuck.
yeah, like
Dude,
it's him, Dom, and Jinx, and that other guy,
and then
right?
another guy, and then they're in the well, Jinx isn't in the semi because Jinx is meeting him there.
right?
Because he's the
It's a-
follow
It's
car.
a different black guy.
Yeah, it's a different guy. So they're in the semi, and those two guys get out.
And they're like, "What the fuck's happening?" And Dom's like, "Just the way it is."
He goes, "We're all just along for the ride now." That's what he says, dude. I've wrote down so many quotes. That's exactly how I feel about this miniseries.
Yeah.
We're all just along for the ride.
We're
now.
in it. Yeah,
we're
it's
just
too late
along
now.
for the ride.
Well, 'cause this was another time where I'm like, I'm confused about what's happening, but almost like the characters are confused. So I guess I'm just fucking gonna
Yeah,
watch
because
it.
they're like, all right, get in the semi, and then I love how they're just down the interstate and they're transporting 4 race cars, but nobody knows it's just a semi. Like that's smart.
Because what happens is they bring them into Mexico through the semi, and then they drive out of Mexico back to America
With drugs.
through the tunnel system,
Why
which is
didn't-
later notes,
but
right?
if you're transporting 4 illegal cars, why can't you just do that with a semi with heroin?
Because Mexico to America is a lot harder to get into.
Oh, in America to Mexico, you can just drive in.
Basically, yes.
Yeah, because I was like, they're transporting something across the border, but they don't
that
know.
way's way easier than getting into America is a lot.
But
harder.
no, they're in Mexico now, and they're transporting stuff to America. Now it's like, what are they? Because they don't ever say, but I'm guessing
Yeah.
it's drugs.
right, yeah,
heroin or
'Cause
something.
we heard heroin in the beginning, yeah.
So I finally figured out what Gal Gadot's character name is, and I don't know how to say it. Giselle.
Oh, I don't even remember.
It's Gisele.
Giselle?
Giselle.
Giselle or Gazelle, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. And I like subtitles showed me, and I was like, that's a weird. Like,
I guess I never learned her name, yeah.
I think that's the new chick's name.
Because, like, these movies, like, I'm always worried that I'm like, oh, shit, am I sexist? I don't know any of these women's names. I don't think they say them ever.
No, because a lot of
Letting you really get it hammered
Well,
into this time.
Yeah, but a lot of like the chicks in these movies, they treat them like objects.
But
you know?
also,
So
I
it's
never
like-
learned Twinkie's name either, thank God. And I had to turn
they
on
called it-
subtitles to hear Sean's name. All I knew was Han.
They don't really explain a lot of things because they're all into action,
it's
driving.
fucking, yeah, it's about racing.
So
I feel like they're bad at establishing shots.
now
Like,
they're
getting
driving
character- yeah.
through the mine shaft, and I thought this was badass. But also, like,
I was so confused.
how
where
are they
there's-
driving so fast?
Yes.
and they know exactly where they're going. They don't know where they're following a
Yeah.
lead car and just
Because Jinx is the lead car here,
yeah,
right?
Jinx is leading him because he's done this before, and that was intense because it was like, oh, we got heat tracking. Oh, it
I
used the
was so
manual
conf-
camera, and then
Oh.
they just get out.
And then they're like, oh, here comes helicopter. I was very confused because she was also like, helicopters on their way. Go faster. I'm like, what the fuck are you saying to them?
And she's like, how can you? You're in a mine
yeah, 2
shaft.
minutes. What does that even mean while you're
Yeah,
doing
the
this?
entire time. There's 2 minutes.
Yeah, I'm
drive
like,
faster.
What does that even mean in this
Well,
situation?
we're following a lead car, so it's Jinx's fault that we're not going faster because
I
they
guess,
are
yeah.
they are inches
But
away.
like Dom splits off at that one time, and
Oh,
like,
dude, he's pissed off, dude.
but like I was so confused. Like, how does he know where he's going?
So once they all pull up, I will say this shot is so cool because car, all 4 cars
Yeah.
pull up, and I love that panning shot where all at the front of
Nice
all 4
cars,
cars, and I was like, that's badass, dude. And then this is where Dom snaps, and this is the quote. So,
Well, because this is where he just shuts on the nos.
well,
Puts
yeah, he
in-
does this,
puts in the
but we
puncture
figure out what
thing?
that yellow stuff is called. It's called nitrometh,
Right, that's what it is.
and he literally goes, only pussies use
Well, no,
nitrometh.
before this, he just opens his nos, turns on his fucking cigarette lighter, and gets out and talks on them.
Yeah, but then that's what he says. Only pussies use nitrometh.
And because like my next note is what is Dom doing, referring to the nos thing,
Dude,
and
that's
then
why
I'm
I was like, I forgot for a second. Dom was trying to find Letty's killer. I
right,
forgot.
yeah, I thought he was just doing a job,
Yeah.
and then my next note is, holy shit, Dom is insane.
Well, before that, dude, I said, Jesus, dude, this guy's cold. So his name is Jinx. His quote is,
Do you remember her face?
yeah, he goes, do you remember her face? And he goes, remember her face? I don't. Last time I saw her, it was burning.
Yeah,
And I was like, Jesus Christ.
fuck?
That's, and then Benny Boy is pissed, dude.
Well, because then things blow up and he disarms the dude, and then they all start fighting.
And then Dom gets shot in the back.
Like nothing.
Dude, I love that, dude. Dom gets shot in the fucking back and just took it like a
And he
man.
looks, yeah.
And then he just fucking turns slowly after getting shot in the back, dude.
And then they steal the truck.
Yeah.
And I was very confused about the parking situation because he pulls into an impound lot and he shows them the badge and like, hey, we're putting this in here. And he's like, they'll never look
Where-
what they own.
Yeah, what they own.
And then they steal another car from the impound lot and drive it out the exit, even though he just showed the badge to the guy running it.
Yeah, I don't know, but I love the way Dom.
Well, because he's like, now you owe me a second car or a 10-second
But
car.
I love the way he just fucking breaks the window.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, Dom is dripping blood and he just doesn't care.
No.
He took the bullet and he's just like, doesn't give a fuck. And yeah, now you owe me a 10-second car.
Now we're even.
Yeah, and then this is the next note because they're at the hideaway and Mia shows up.
Yes.
And they're eating dinner together.
I have a very confused note about that.
But it's so funny that they're hardcore criminals. But Mia gets mad when Dom doesn't say grace first.
because that's established in the first movie.
I get that.
But I think I have a note before that. So she's cleaning his wound, right? And she
Yeah.
goes, "Oh, the bolt's not in there."
Where's
we are looking at the front of his body. We know there's not an exit wound.
Yeah, so the bullet is in there because it gets shot in the back.
Or
Where
it,
would
it got in and fell out
where would the bullet be?
because he got shot in the shoulder,
And it was a close shot.
and we can see where there would be an exit. It's just like
Dude, I don't know, but I remember thinking Dom is a fucking badass.
I was
dude.
more just thinking Mia's a fucking idiot.
So when they're sitting down having dinner,
Yeah.
I don't know if you caught this, but I paused and read that in this note. So there's like this quick wide shot that they have,
Okay.
where it shows all 3 of them because they do a lot of
Yeah.
close scenes. There's this quick wide shot that they do where Dom's Corona is on the table.
Yeah.
And it's foaming. So it's literally like liquid, maybe a quarter of the bottle, and it's foaming the entire thing and
So he's just-
spilling. Like foam is spilling
So
over.
do you think he just aggressively set it
I think
down
he
for the start
aggressively
of the scene?
set it down, and they didn't catch it
And they
because
yelled action, and he was just like, "Oh shit!"
yeah, because it
I
was like
didn't-
foaming over, and then the rest of the scenes it looks like a normal Corona.
so
like I was
funny.
like, I gotcha.
That's awesome. I wanna
It's just-
see that.
It's just foaming over. But it's such a quick shot, dude. I was like, and then this is when they bring up Letty because Letty's box is there, and I'm like, dude, it's so sad. Letty is gone.
yeah,
And then I went, wait, what the fuck?
where he pulls out an evidence thing.
Yeah,
Is that
and
what
then,
you're
and then he calls the phone, and then Brian's and I said, wait, what the fuck? Brian had something to do with Letty?
Well, because I have 2 questions right before that. Like, where did this evidence phone come from? And do they have the evidence from this murder scene?
Yeah, is that what that box is from?
I fucking did they
Yeah, I guess
steal
they never.
it?
Yeah, what and where? Why was that at the hideout? Like-
Right, yeah.
Like whose house is this?
But yeah, then he calls a number, and then fucking Brian's phone starts going off.
And it
Because my
says
next note is,
Letty.
holy shit, Dom's gonna kill him.
Yeah, dude, I was like, I did not expect that.
No, me neither. So we find out that she was working for the FBI.
Yeah, and I
he
said, oh
starts
shit, did
fucking
not see
yelling-
that coming.
Because he starts yelling out, like, she did this for you. But I'm like, no, fuck you, Brian. It's still your fault for letting her get into
But I will
something
say,
this
dude, Letty
dangerous.
wanted to clear Dom's name in exchange for taking down Braga. Like, I get that. Like, it's like, oh, how are you taking down Braga if you can clear... Like, I
I'm
wrote that...
blaming Brian for this more than Letty, though.
She loved him so much, and, like, when Vinny Boy, like, calms down and he's not aggressive and, like, he's standing there and he's about to cry, that almost made me tear up, dude. I was like, this is... Like, I'm, like, so into this movie at this point, like, I almost cried.
Yeah. So then we get the idea that they're setting up this exchange. And, like, there's a moment where he's like, why would Braga be there? And then Brian says, oh, he can't afford not to. I'm like, why?
Yeah, he's the head criminal. Like,
He's putting a lot of heroin also.
and he'll just say no.
And also, for any of this, why are you assured he's not just going to shoot you immediately?
Yeah, that's how all the movies are. Like, if you're Yakuza, you're gonna kill him.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck?
You can't have loose ends. But they're like, oh, they'll go with this. Because that's my next one. I was like, yeah, why would Braga be there? How many times do they have to try and free Dom?
Well, dude, and
I'm tired of that being the bargaining of like, if you do this for us, you can walk free. Because then they fuck up right after the movie
That's my
ends.
note. It's like, it's so insane how it's always, if we do this, you got to erase my entire criminal career.
Stop making a criminal career.
Yeah, quit doing, like, the government at some point is going to say,
Fuck you.
fuck you,
Yeah.
because you keep fucking up. I know we erase it, but it's not actually erased, dude. Like, what the hell?
Because then my next note is like, these plans are just so confused. Because I kept thinking, like, am I lost? Or is this just a weird movie?
But I love, okay, so we question that, like, why are you doing crimes, but then being like, hey, if I do this,
Let me go through it free. Yeah.
then they go, but Dom is smart, and he addresses that.
Where he's like, do you really think?
No, because he goes, this is what he says. He's like, yeah, if you do this, they'll clear your entire name. And he goes, do you still put milk and cookies out for Santa?
I did not catch that.
Yeah, he goes, do you still put milk and cookies out for Santa Claus?
Oh, I love
Dom's
that.
smart. He can see through the bullshit.
Yeah.
He's like, they're not going to clear my name, dude.
And during this part, they're talking about like the fingerprint shit because they're like, oh, we're going to find Braga. And I was very confused about it. They answered the question, but I was just so confused where he, like the shot glass and he's like, this is Braga. This is the other guy. Like, and then they're like, clear it through.
Yeah, why did the other guy have...
Why not just arrest everybody at the situation and sort it out there? Because either way, you know, an illegal crime is going through.
But here's what I'm understanding. So they know the name of that guy.
Yeah.
So Braga must be a fake name, a fake association name because it was that guy.
Because I can't remember it would start with a C.
I can't remember what his name was.
Yeah.
But like he was on one shot glass, so they were scanning the other shot glass, but they were sending it to other countries that use faxes, and that's why it's slow
Yeah.
for some reason. But then it turns out to be the same guy. But then the guy who gets out that you think is Braga, I'm like, dude, this guy's like cool.
Yeah.
Because he was wearing the suit, and I was like, okay,
Well,
that makes sense. Head
they
criminal.
also talked so much about the suit. It was like, all right, so the suit, something's wrong with it. And then when the cops bust in, they just open fire immediately.
Well, dude, I was so pissed because it's the guy who got slammed into the brick thing is the one that did the call, and he's like,
Yeah.
but he didn't signal yet, and he's like,
Yeah.
just do it, and it's like, no, why are they always fucking things up?
Yeah, like,
be patient.
What's wrong with them being there already? And he's like, well, we got the fingerprint. But like, yeah, but you don't have the photo yet. And it turns like, oh, those 10 seconds were all that mattered.
Yeah, and it's like you fucked up the whole thing, and he got away.
Because like, I can't
Good
believe an
fucking
FBI
job.
agent would be that dumb.
I think-
Again.
I think he was just mad at Brian and wanted
Right,
to
yeah.
one up him, and it's like, guys, come on. Dude.
And then the cops come in and just immediately open fire, just automatic weapons, and like some shoot back, and we see fucking Dom save Gal Gadot.
Yeah.
I love that.
And then, but damn, O'Connor is off active duty. They fucking fire him.
And then he goes straight to Dom's place, right?
Yeah, he does. And Mia, he goes over to Dom's. Dom's working on his car, and Mia is so upset because they know there's a plan going on.
Yeah.
She's carrying groceries. She's fucking crying.
Yeah. And then they kiss
And
once.
dude, yeah. But here's what I wrote down: like she's fucking crying.
Yeah.
And Brian just walks in there and kisses her, and then
And
they
then
make out, and like
Immediately. Like
and then
one
they-
kiss and then boom.
and then they have sex.
And then we cut to Dom waiting outside. So he's like, oh, I just had to wait for you to stop fucking my sister.
Well, and also Brian leaves mid conversation with Dom to
Yeah.
go fuck his sister, and then comes back
Yeah.
out, and he's
Like
fine
an
with
hour
that.
later. And Dom's already pissed of like, oh, you were in a relationship with my sister and then you left for 5 years.
And then now
Now you're back.
And now that you kiss me while I'm crying with groceries, I'll let you fuck me.
Yeah, because Dom was just waiting for them to get done fucking.
And now it cuts
to them outside the city, basically, right? Where then like Gal Gadot's there and she's like, "This is where I leave you. This is outside my jurisdiction." Oh, then Brian says, "This is outside my jurisdiction."
Yeah, and it's
'Cause
like-
my next note is I don't understand any of their plans at all.
Jurisdiction, and it's like get over state lines, but FBI like drug
Over not state lines, country
lines, but also I guess I don't know. But then it cuts to Braga at a church,
Yeah.
giving a bag of money to the church, and I'm like, okay, so it's part of the culture.
Yeah.
He's like, this is part. They're giving him drug money to the church.
Or that's how they like siphon it or whatever or launder it. Because my next note is how the fuck do they even get into the church? Because now we're aware that the church later on we're aware the church is heavily armed.
It's only 4 guys out front, and they come from the side.
But we find out the entire town is well armed. These
Yeah,
are
true.
2 very noticeable
Yeah,
cars.
yeah, and 2.
Very famous cars.
Yeah, and
or I guess one is just the random 10-second car. The other is Dom's dad's car, right?
Yeah, and then these 2 white dudes are in Mexico where everyone's Hispanic.
Well, I think Vin Diesel's Hispanic in these. I don't know. Is he Hispanic in real life?
I don't think so.
I don't ever think of him as Hispanic, but he speaks Hispanic
I
in
guess
these
he's.
films.
I guess I don't know, but I love how Braga's in the church, Brian, and fucking Vin Diesel has a shotgun
to his jaw.
and I'm just like, Jesus Christ, dude. Because at this point, after they get him, Vin Diesel says, "I got Phoenix,"
Yeah.
and I put, "Bye bye Phoenix."
Because,
Vinny Boy is gonna kick his ass.
but then after he says that,
And
we
then
don't see anything.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, I thought there was gonna be an awesome montage. I wanted you to.
It's the
Well,
driving scene.
yeah, this is where they're trying to leave the city.
Once they leave the city, there's like 30 cars
Dude,
behind them.
so I said that's a lot of cartel members.
Because then my next note is they head to the cave. He breaks in because he doesn't quite know where the cave is. And my first note, like right when they enter the cave, is I bet they'll drive through a cave in. I knew that was going to fucking come.
Dude, but before they get in the cave, they're driving through the desert with all the fucking
Just the
cars.
30
Dude,
of- that's so
many
cool.
cars. And dude, this scene was so badass.
Yeah.
So
it's just that white desert, which I
yeah,
love.
But I think this is when Brian is getting like attacked, like cars are trying to get him.
Yeah.
And instead of, I love Vin Diesel because he's just so fucking pissed off in this movie. Instead of rolling down his window, he fucking breaks his window and he one-hand shotguns tires.
Yes,
Dude,
I didn't notice that he broke a
yeah,
window.
he
instead of
breaks his
rolling it
own
down.
driving window. Yeah, he breaks his window, and while he's driving one-handed a shotgun,
Right.
shooting tires. And I'm like,
I
dude,
do remember that scene. Yeah.
so badass, dude.
Well, because also during this, Vin Diesel's got fucking, or no, Brian's got what's his name? Grappa. I deleted my notes. What's his name?
Braga.
Braga. Yes, he's got him in the car, and there's one moment where Braga starts talking shit, and Brian just fucking elbows the man in the throat.
Yeah, he just says, "Shut the fuck
Yeah,
up."
he's just
dude.
like, "Oof." Oh my god, I hit my table. Yeah, but like it was like Jesus Christ.
He just does not care.
He just
dude.
elbowed him in the fucking throat.
And then, dude, they drive into the tunnels, and I go, Jesus, dude, there's like fucking 40 cars in these tunnels. Like,
tunnels.
that's fucking ridiculous.
And the tunnel has
Just
random
vroom, vroom, vroom,
turns,
vroom.
dead ends.
Yeah, it's
They're going like
what is?
what? They're going at least 50 in the tunnel.
They gotta be. I mean, they're showing it that they're going fast, so 60 maybe. But in tunnels where it's literally so tight and
And
you don't
dirt.
know where you're going,
It's just your head. Yeah,
dude. It is so ridiculous, man.
because they survive so many car crashes.
Dude, and the way like Brian goes down like a dead end.
Yeah.
And I think Jinx is chasing him, and he goes.
But he still turns.
And then
yeah.
he turns and breaks down like scaffolding and is back on.
Well, no, that's how he exits the cave, isn't it? He like breaks through like part of just the mountain.
No, he takes the wrong turn and
Yeah.
goes down to a dead end and then breaks into scaffolding back onto a path.
Right. Okay.
And I'm just like, what the heck? And then like,
oh, because the way they break through is fucking Jinx hits him from the side. Right.
that's how they leave the
Exit,
tunnel.
yeah.
That was a cool way to end it. But we're still in the tunnel, and this
fucking
is
Diesel.
dude. This is so cool. So Vin Diesel is about to fucking crash. He literally
opens the because I was
He
so
opens-
confused when he does this.
yeah,
he
he-
opens the side door.
he opens-
breaks it off.
he opens the car next to him's side passenger door.
Yeah.
Breaks it off while he's driving his own car. They're both going 60 and jumps over and then throws that guy out. I go, oh my.
And so is
now
this-
he's driving a different
But
car.
like, is this his dad's car that he runs into a wall?
if that's what he was driving,
I thought it was, but I feel like that couldn't be it.
they probably
'Cause
he
I put
probably
on-
started off driving that car and then we're like, oh wait, we can't fucking have him crash his dad's car.
Because my next note is like, oh no, he crashed his car again. And then my next note again is, I knew there would be a fucking cave-in scene because they break down like important like walls.
And then they bust through the cave and Jinx T-bones basically Brian
Yeah.
through the cave and then Brian is fucked
Fucked
up
up
because
yeah.
the car
he survives
Braga
and Graba's fine. Braga.
Braga, yeah, no, Braga's fucked up. I mean,
But
a
he
little
gets
bit.
out.
He gets out, and then Jinx is like gonna fucking kill him, and then fucking Vinny Boy pops out and hits him with his car.
But he does the wheelie thing because I was like, oh shit, this is where lifting the car is helpful. Not at the beginning of a race, but being shot at, you're just, you only have to.
because it's hitting the bottom.
Can't hit him.
And also, dude, and I love how Brian's laying on the ground
grabs
grabbed his legs and holds him.
He's just
And
such a bitch. He's just like, nope,
and
you're going to
luckily,
stay here.
If the car would have been flat, Brian might have got a hit.
Right,
But since
yeah.
the car was up,
It was over him,
dude,
yeah.
and he crushes into him. And then Vin Diesel says, "Pussy."
I have that line right, yeah.
Dude, you just killed a guy with your car and you called him a pussy.
After his death, and now we see that Brian's fucked. Like he's got like shards in his like liver or whatever.
But after that scene, dude, I wrote down, I was so jacked, dude.
For
I was
pussy.
so jacked.
His Jinx died rough.
Yeah, and he's like, I gotta kill him.
And Braga's just like, fuck.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
and then, but Dom's not running anymore.
Yeah,
Oh fuck! He goes, yeah, because he's like, you gotta get out of here. The cops are coming. He goes,
I'm not going
I'm not running anywhere.
Because I put, oh no, Dom is gonna stay.
And then I was like, what the fuck? 25 years to life in prison?
Well, because also my next note is like, I mean, Dom deserves to go to prison. He's a really bad criminal.
Yeah, and everybody knew like,
Yeah.
we got Braga, but obviously, yeah, 25 to life.
without
Without
early
probation,
parole.
yeah.
Or
Yeah, without early parole,
so
yeah.
At least 25
least
years.
25,
No good
dude.
behavior.
And then I wrote down, I think I've seen this last scene. Busting him out the prison bus.
Yeah, because my next note is so now Brian is a full-on criminal, right?
Yeah, because they're coming to bust him out. And I was like, this might have been the one I watched when I was younger. Because throughout this movie, I was like, I remember this. I remember slightly some of these scenes.
Yeah.
So I think this is the one I saw when I was a kid.
This is the one I saw as a kid once.
Because I was like, okay, so this I think is the good one. But then I was like so jacked. I was like, let's make this fucking breakout scene epic, dude.
And then just-
and then like Mia pulls up in a car and I'm like, fuck yeah, Mia's
She's
driving
a fucking
now.
drifter too,
Dude.
And then the two
And then-
guys from the beginning of the
Yeah,
film.
and they're arguing in Spanish again. I love that. And then
I wanted Han to be there so bad.
And then I just went, oh shit, they didn't show it.
Yeah.
And then it just ends.
Credits. Yeah.
And I was like, are you fucking? I literally waited through the credits in case they.
Oh really? I gave up.
So I think maybe that's how Fast 5 starts with the breakout.
That'd be cool.
Because I think I
'cause
do
Vin
remember.
Diesel wanted 4 and 5 to be back to back, but they like released it and waited to see the response.
I think it does because I do remember seeing that scene.
All right, I'm pumped for that.
Dude, I think, dude.
So, what would you rate this movie? Do you think?
Well, so here's my final
Okay.
thoughts. I said this movie was really good. I hate admitting it, but I could see myself watching this again
yes, I agree.
because this was a fun. It
if
was,
I had to put on a movie with this theme, this is the one I would do.
yeah, this
the
is
fourth.
fun, dude. It was a really fun action movie. I'm gonna give it a
7 out of 10.
7.5.
Oh shit! So total 7.25.
Yeah, let's give it a
Because I gave it a 7
7.25.
because I was still very lost on all the plans.
So still, that's the highest rated movie
Oh,
of all
by
the ones.
far.
Because we gave Too Fast, Too Furious a 6.5.
Okay.
And then the 1 and
Which,
3 a 4.
compared to 4, that feels like a really good score for the second one.
7.25. That's insane because like 7.25 is like a decent rating.
Yeah. No, it was a decent movie.
Dude, I said, in my opinion, this is the best one so far.
Oh, for sure. So right now I go 4, 2, 3, 1.
And I go 4, 2, 1, 3. But 1 and
Yes.
3, I was like, I don't ever want to watch those
neither
again.
are good.
And I was like, dude, I just wish Han was in it more.
I know. He better show up in future ones.
And I was like, and does Letty come back?
I know
Is
she does.
really dead? And I put, I'm really excited for Fast 5. Saw that one in theaters multiple times.
Shit.
And I'm so shocked I enjoyed this.
All
like,
right,
I'm like
yeah.
so shocked I enjoyed Fast and Furious, the 4th one in the series.
And we're shocked if you enjoyed Moist in the Monday.
Yeah, dude, because this is a longer one.
For our 2 Moist 2
This is an
Monday
hour
series.
and dude, these ones are getting longer and
I
longer
know.
because we're getting jacked.
Because
and-
we actually like the movies.
Well, and also, yeah, because they're getting like, this is what I want. I want over the top action ridiculousness.
Yeah, where the story doesn't matter.
And that's your problem.
Yeah.
Is it's like, well, what's happening? And
Yeah.
I was just like, damn, he killed him with his car.
Fuck yeah.
And that's why people like him. That's why people like him because it's like, oh, badass, dude, hot women, nipples, like Gal Gadot. But tune in next week when we review Fast 5.
Or Moist. Wait, what is it'd be Moist 5,
It'd be-
right?
Yeah, Moist 5, which
All right.
sounds freaking disgusting.
Tune in next week for our 2 Moist 2 Mondays series.
And The Rock is there, so we might have to drink some Terramana.
Oh, fuck yeah. That's a great way to start
Yep.
it. Hell yeah. Join us
See you
next
guys
week.
next time.
Bye, guys.